Warning! The Dub Talk podcast may contain language and humor that is not suitable for younger audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
Also, there is always a possibility that spoilers may be present for any and all series that are being discussed. So be prepared if an anime you haven't finished is yet to be brought up.
And lastly, we here at Dub Talk have high standards when it comes to the usefulness of one's quirk. So if you have one of those totally useless powers, like pulling your eyeballs out of your sockets or inflating your jaw, doors that way. Seriously, what was the point of those guys in the back of the classroom? Just to show that this world has its stilt-mans and its infectious lasses? Tisk tisk.
And for everybody else, sit back, relax, and let the superhero show begin.
Delaware
Smash!
Greetings, heroes and villains alike! Welcome to the action-packed, gravity-defying extravaganza that's captured the hearts and ears of viewers the entire world over. Yes, one and all, welcome to Dub Talk, the one and only podcast where we talk about a recent dub that has recently come out, or we talk about a dub that's been released on DVD, and we discuss the merits of it, whether or not English voice acting is the greatest thing ever, or if it should go the way of the dinosaurs. And you are a very lucky bunch tonight, because we are discussing probably the biggest one of 2016, actually. Yes, we are buckling down, and we are insane individuals to tackle the greatest thing that has ever come to the superhero genre, and that, of course, is My Hero Academia!
You know, for a split second, I actually thought you were gonna say One Punch Man.
What? I thought this was talking about super lovers. God damn it, I'm out.
Super Lovers.
Do not ever bring that up again.
Okay.
The One Punch Man dub isn't... That's not even gonna come out for a while, is it?
Who knows? All I know is, holy shit, that was a good intro.
I've been
minute.
watching a lot of superhero stuff.
Good for
This
you.
isn't a podcast about Bunigo Stray Dogs. God damn it, what am I doing here? Good night,
Megan,
boys.
okay, look,
Good night.
see this, guys, I told you to leave Megan at home. Why did you bring her? Okay, anyways, everyone, thank you for joining us tonight. Yes, so in case you've been living under a rock on the moon in another galaxy for the past couple of months, My Hero Academia is the big, hyped-up shonen anime that FUNimation has been pushing like it's going out of style. There's been commercials, announcements, live streams at 3 in the morning, like every kind of promotion you could have on this one.
We watched a grown man eat 20-something Oreos.
I stayed up for that, and I want a poster and a copy of Ava 3.33.
I don't know whether
I'm
you
so
should be
sorry.
happy or sad for you.
I want a poster.
It's sad.
Why not
I
both?
want a
poster's
poster.
good.
It's a nice poster.
Well, you can
What was
watch
the
gay people play piano and flying robots. And Jerry
that-
Jewell
is-
put his clothes on.
We do weird things around here. I guess I should probably introduce our viewers to who's actually in the cast today. So, because this was a hotly argued and fought over dub cast, our regular Dub Talk members, we had battles to figure out who was going to be in this one.
I killed a
and
man.
She did,
I killed
actually.
5.
I stabbed a girl in the yard.
I stabbed a girl in... Actually, wait. No, that might have been you. Wait, what are we going...
You guys are not exemplifying the hero never mind.
I just
Anyways,
asked
so
politely.
these are the top 4 individuals who came to the top of the heap, the ones who are going to give this dub a proper analysis and try to avoid divergent tangents and fanboy girlisms as much as possible.
We both know that's a lie. That is a filthy, filthy lie. Do not lie to the audience. That is rude.
That is unhero-like, you sack of shit.
That is my secret power. My power is to deceive people.
I thought your
should be a
quirk was being a
politician.
It was a
douchebag.
logical ruse or a rational deception.
Anyways, so I will be hosting this one, taking over for Lilac, Hardy, or Megan actually this time. My name is NoahClue, and I have been part of this little entourage since the origins, and are basically been the wisecracker in the back who claims he doesn't watch anime because Western cartoons are better.
Noah's our fuckboy.
And to my right is, of course, one of the trio people who, one of the original Three Stooges. Please welcome Megan.
I'm here because I need us to pass the Bechdel test. Also, B, I gave up my spot in One Punch Man and Hunter x Hunter for this.
That's right. Come on, Viz, get on that. And then to my other right, we have another fanboy of the show, though not the biggest fanboy in here. We'll get to him later. We have our very good friend, Amonduul.
Hello.
Amonduul, Unicorn Wrangler. Amonduul, can't use Google.
Chrome is better anyway.
Amonduul made Megan walk 15 blocks without a coat for booze. Found out bar was closed and made her walk back.
If you did not go to Anime Boston 2016, you need to go to Anime Boston 2017.
This year with less getting lost to bars.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Oh, we're
Well,
getting
thank you for
lost
joining
again?
us,
Hell
Amon.
yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank
And
you
finally,
again for
to round it
carrying
off-
my beer back 15 blocks.
To round out the cast, all right, us three individuals are, we're good fans of the show. We've seen it, we liked it, we're going to keep watching it. However, to round out the cast, we have our group's biggest My Hero Academia fanboy, the guy who will not stop railing about this, who probably was reading it in Japanese when it was airing in Weekly Shonen Jump.
For
Ladies and gentlemen,
reference,
the man with the plan, Andrew, classy man.
I'm pretty sure Hardy dumped me in this one because he knew if I wasn't in it, I was actually going to burn some bridges.
no, if we didn't put you in there would be no New York left.
And don't worry, I'm not that big a fanboy. I didn't read the first chapter and have been on that train ever since. No, I started it probably half a year, 8 months ago or something.
But
Let's
still,
go
you
with
are
this.
going to be the guy who corrects us whenever we get character name wrongs or quirks wrong. That you're going to be the guy.
So are you saying I need to sound like the comic book guy from Simpsons?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Excuse
I'm saying
me,
yes.
Noah. I'm sorry that you don't appreciate the simplicities and the true inquisitors of this character. That one character you insulted in episode 1 in the third row from the right. He is a very crucial element to the show that helps define the scene as a whole.
Andrew.
He pulls eyeballs out of his sockets,
Andrew.
and that's his superpower. That's not essential.
Andrew, can you do me a favor really quick? In that voice, can you say your waifu is trash?
Well, I'm sorry, Megan, but your waifu is trash.
This is gonna be the I'm sorry thing all over again. Oh,
All right,
bless
Andrew.
this shit.
All right, what's
Andrew,
up?
since you're you are the more versed than we are, why don't you tell the audience, in case they haven't seen it yet, what exactly My Hero Academia is?
So basically, you know X-Men? Yeah, X-Men's a thing. Basically, imagine X-Men, except everybody wasn't let's be racist and allegories for black people in the 60s. No, let's make it so everybody is a special person with powers and stuff, and let's all be cool with it. And being all cool with it, let's turn it into a society where people just have powers, and people who have powers can sometimes be heroes. Sometimes they could be villains, or sometimes they could just be your schmuck at Dunkin' Donuts at 8 in the morning heating up your coffee with his fire breath.
Remember, kids, Dunkin' Donuts knows everything.
It knows everything. Basically, the show, you want me to explain the show too, or just the premise?
Just explain our main character. What makes this a unique superhero show?
Ooh, you're giving me the floor to talk about him already? Great.
No. Just give the Cliff Notes version. All right, we didn't study for the test.
TLDR.
Okay. Basically, most of the world has powers. Our main character does not have powers, and you follow his struggle and his journey to basically try and become a hero in a world that has sort of isolated him. And he finds that guidance through a strong, powerful, manly mentor in the form of his absolute favorite superhero.
And that is where our first episode picks up. And thank you very much. There are cookies for you in the lounge.
Yay.
So we are going to be talking about. We're in a unique situation here in Dub Talk. Usually in Dub Talk, we only go up to about the first 3 episodes, and then we'll give our analysis of it, because that's usually a good point to analyze the show. My Hero Academia is weird because it takes a couple of episodes for the main cast, the large cast of superhero students, to show up. So as of now,
cast.
it's a big group of superhero students, and a lot of them don't even have speaking roles until about episode 6, which is where we are right now.
There's one character that doesn't even have a Japanese seiyuu.
I don't know which one that is.
It's the one you don't know.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Oh, that one. Oh, I hate that guy.
Hey,
Fuck that
he's
guy.
a cool guy, I think.
Well, I still hate it. Anyways, so we are going to be talking about episodes 1 through 6, which we all have meticulously watched, taken notes on, and have written thesis papers for.
I mean, well, yes, you haven't.
Let us get started, shall we? And as we always do, we are going to start and figure out, if we could figure out, who we thought was going to direct this bad boy. Did anyone have predictions for who was good enough to direct Funimation's baby this season?
I had Mike.
Say it with me, everybody.
Ah, damn it.
Starts with an
yeah.
M, ends with an Ike McFarland.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Let's take a poll here. Who in this group thought that Mike McFarland was going to direct?
Yeah.
All right, that's 4 for
Oh, I
4
had one
now.
other one.
Who?
Chris Bevins.
Oh, not a bad
Why
choice.
Chris?
Because Chris Bevins is probably, like, I guess if you've watched any of our other episodes, we kind of have the holy trinity of directors. And this was kind of a joke when we, were talking about the directors for, the Project Ito films, to which, hell yes, Genocidal Organ's actually gonna come out next year.
That movie exists.
yes.
I thought it wouldn't exist.
So, the joke was that the holy trinity was gonna do, the Project Ito films, and that would mean Caitlin Glass would get Genocidal Organ, because Mike McFarland did Empire of Corpses, which, by the way, is hella gay. Thank you, Studio Wit. But Harmony is done by Chris Bevins. So I figured if Mike was doing another show this season, which I don't think he is, or if he might be doing something for home video that didn't get a dub last year and is coming out, I figured Bevins would do it because they let Bevins do really big projects. But then again, I was wrong last season because I thought Bevins was going to do Grimgar because I thought Grimgar was up his alley, and Bevins likes to do shows that appeal to people outside of anime fans. And this felt like a show that would be appealing to outside of anime fans.
Except Heavy Object.
Except for Heavy Object and Danganronpa. To which, by the way, Andrew, is it me or does Hagakure from Danganronpa just look like a brown-haired version of Sideshow Bob?
You know...
So I'm gonna reel it back in here. I'm throwing a fishing pole out there and reeling this back in.
You can't catch me, bitch! I am the white whale! I'm your Moby Dick, motherfucker!
Oh god, I hate that book so much.
Oh,
as much as
Moby Dick and depression!
I hate also being wrong about predictions, and guess what? Every single one of us were wrong about the director.
Welcome to Dub Talk. You're wrong, or you're wrong.
It's true.
Just a picture of Dr. Cox needs to pop up.
Mike McFarland was the go-to person to dub this very heavily publicized, very popular show, but Funimation decided not to give him the job. Instead, they decided that they would give it to Colleen Clinkenbeard.
not a bad choice. Not a bad choice.
Now, Colleen Clinkenbeard is really big for having a low, sultry voice in her dubbing work, but also she's got a really long history of being a line producer and an ADR director for a lot of Funimation productions. Some of them are good, some of them are bad, some of them are just
make
okay.
me question my sanity and want to drink. Yona.
But we don't talk about that
Yona.
one. I'm more well, to give some good ones, she's done the ADR directing for Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt. She did ADR directing for Steins Gate. She and again, they got a lot in here. And of course, she did Yona of the Dead. If you want a not so good one,
Dawn, not Dead.
Yona
not Yona of the Dead.
Yona
That'd be a completely different show.
That'd be a very different show. My God.
Oh man, my words are getting mixed up here. So anyway,
Yona of the Dead.
She's got a lot of experience directing before. She
directs.
proficient in
She
front of
directs
and behind.
Brothers Conflict. Cough, cough.
So let's focus on just the directing in this one. Any problems with the directing that you guys have heard so far? Not with the not with the writing, just the acting based on direction.
Acting, I feel, is actually pretty solid all around.
Yeah.
Even some of the more low-hanging fruit options, I think, have offered some more interesting performances than some of their other work.
Well, we'll get to those low-hanging fruits. And I agree, it's solid stuff. It may be a little too conventional for my liking, but then again, the script and the story, all of it is very conventional stuff. There's not going to be anything new and groundbreaking as far as storytelling goes here.
But I think they do a really good job with conveying it and making it very faithful, I would say, to the Japanese. but there's still a sense of style to it, and very much, I'm very happy that they didn't kind of take the free approach and try to Americanize it too much. No one's calling each other bro and stuff all the time.
Yeah, there are a couple of dropped references here and there. Like, I think at one point, Deku gets referred to as a rent-a-cop, but those are far and in between.
Oh, come on! We all know what the most egregious reference of all time in that was, and Arcata pointed it out.
Oh, in the episode 1, when
in episode 1,
All Might gives him the autograph, and what does Deku say?
This will be passed down in my family for generations.
Oh, I didn't even catch that.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that at all.
That's funny. That's actually funny.
Go look it up again.
Well played, show. Well played.
Speaking of cleverly written references, let's talk about the writer person.
That's a good segue.
Thank you.
So, script writing on this one. Did anyone have any predictions about who?
Anybody but Tatum.
I didn't. Anybody.
Did you actually write anyone but
No,
Tatum?
I didn't pick a writer.
I mean, well, yes, but we don't. I don't.
I didn't have one either, honestly. I was more concerned about the actors. I wasn't so concerned about the writing in this one.
I feel like Roots is gonna have to make me a chart of writers at Funimation one of these days, so I can just pull
Roots
from
is
them.
the ultimate chart master.
Roots is the chart master.
So none of us had anyone for writing then. You know, that's fine. That's okay. And you know why that's okay? Because none of us probably would have gotten this right anyways, because the writer for this show is a gentleman by the name of Jeremy Kratz.
Not Jeremy Craps, Jeremy Kratz.
Yes,
Jeremy
and
Kratz.
Do you want to know how many series he has written for?
How many?
1.
You can count them on your hand. He has written for 5, including this one. Yet he is a really new addition. He has script writing credits for Yona of the Dead, Seraph of the End, both seasons. Why did I keep saying...
Stop saying that! I'm gonna keep correcting you!
He apparently really wishes Yona of the Dawn was about zombies.
I keep thinking it is. I haven't seen it, and I know it's not about zombies, but I keep thinking it's about zombies for some reason. And he also wrote for Sky Wizards Academy.
Oh, good God, this poor bastard.
Yes, so this is his first time to, luckily, get a chance to work with something that's really, really good.
Excuse me, Seraph of the End was a good show, and so was Yoda.
I will argue with you on this Seraph being good thing until the day I die.
Okay, motherfucker, we're gonna have some fighting words. We're gonna step out back. Amon, Andrew, watch the chat.
Okay.
Watch the recording while we're gone. I'm about to bend Clue Boy over a table.
I'm on tranquilizers. Do you have the tranquilizers we brought?
So, you know what? I know
No, she's in Florida. The gun doesn't go that far. The gun doesn't go that far.
Okay.
Mom, he insulted me.
Before we continue this, I have to say, when you mentioned bend him over the table, the only thing that came to my mind was
Noah, my mom says she's gonna kick your ass from here to Canada.
Code Geass was the thing that came to my mind when you brought up tables.
So, as far as the writing goes on this one, how are we feeling about the way that it's written? Because we've seen the Japanese sub, so how does it translate into English?
Pretty good. I got a few minor nitpicks.
Go knit those picks.
I will knit those picks. I feel like some of the ones that they changed certain lines were funny and they work, but it's like, I guess it's hard to change the oh my goodness thing into English, or it's like holy freaking super crap. It's like, okay, it works, but it's a weird choice to me.
The writing for those aren't quite working for you.
I feel like they work in context, and there's a couple of things that do work. Also, in general, it's kind of tough to try and translate Deku's meaning to never give up, which... which for those of you who don't speak Japanese, which should be all of you listening, Deku is given to our lead character as a condescending term, as a loser first in the beginning of the show. And then, through the magic of Japanese language, which I still don't understand entirely, it gets changed around to mean never give up, right?
Basically, Japanese is a language that is great for double meanings and puns, and that makes it a nightmare to turn to any other language on the face of the earth, because they usually won't hold.
This is why there no dub exists for a show called Bakemonogatari, a show entirely made up of puns, incest, lolly, and breaking your neck.
You know, I think we've established here, because this was a really heavily marketed show, they didn't take too many attempts to Americanize it or try to make it experimental with, turning
They
into
didn't
English.
pull a free.
No.
Thank
No, they
God.
I mean,
They did not put J. Michael Tatum on the writing.
See, it's a good thing the anime already looks pretty Americanized, so they didn't have to do much in terms of script writing.
Exactly. Yeah, the style for this is like, you could probably tell it's from Japan, but you could also, the still shots, you could say, that's from a very stylized American comic book. Thank you, everyone. All right, I think we're done for the day. I think we can go on. We don't have very much left to cover. We only have every single cast member who's spoken in the show so far.
Oh, if you thought the Garo episode was long, honey. Oh, my sweet summer children. Y'all fucked.
Grab a butt pillow, people. We're going to be here a while. Okay, so what we're going to do to break this down, because there are a lot of cast members, we have narrowed it down to characters who have had multiple lines of dialogue so far up to episode 6. So if you're watching this in the future and wondering why we don't talk about Fire and Ice Guy or the villains, like that's the reason why. Okay, let's get started then with the people who have actually been in the show here. Okay, to start off with, we're going to start with, in the first couple of episodes, we see pre-established heroes who already have names and identities. They've only shown up in the first 2 episodes so far, so why don't we knock those guys out to start with?
Sure thing.
Let's start with BACKDRAFT, the firefighter guy.
I didn't make predictions for any of these people, because honestly, they didn't show up after episode 2, except for maybe once in episode 9.
I only made predictions for 2 of those characters.
Yeah, I didn't make any either.
Okay, tell you what, let's do this then, Andrew. Let's just do the 2 that you predicted for, and then we'll run down the results for whoever we didn't cover so far. So who did you have 2 for?
I have 2 predictions for... Well, actually, I have 2 predictions for KAMUI Woods, and I have 2 predictions for Mount Lady.
Yeah, Mount Lady was an interesting one, because she got kind of unprecedentedly popular, and then dropped off the face of the show.
Why.
Money shot, money shot, money shot, money shot, money shot, money shot, money shot.
Okay, actually...
It's pleasure to make your ass acquaintance,
No,
people.
actually, that's a thing. That I will give the script credits. They made the bum joke a lot better in the English thing, because
it's
ass acquaintance.
it's
acquaintance was kind of forced, but I think it's like... I forgot what she said.
She calls him a bum.
English?
That's the joke. I forget how she phrases it.
I took care of
in
this
the
bum
English.
for you, and it's like,
Yeah.
that works much more naturally than ask acquaintance.
Oh, that's way better.
Yeah. So who did you guess would be Mount Lady?
For Mount Lady, I had 2. One was Elizabeth Maxwell, and the other one, I know you agree with me on this one, Megan, Martha Harms.
Yes.
Those are
Jesus
names I
Christ.
And
It's been a long day at work.
Okay.
I had one prediction for Mount Lady too, actually, and I thought because she was going to be non-student character, like a girl, older woman, I thought that Colleen Clinkenbeard would be the one to voice her.
Interesting choice.
But luckily, we are all wrong, because that opens up our predictions for other roles. It was not any of those playing Mount Lady. It was, of course, the pervert girl herself, Jamie Marchi.
All hail Lord Jamie Markey, Queen of the Demon Redheads.
In fact, I was almost a little sorry that she got this part, which means she probably won't get a bigger part later on. But then again, I don't know any character who's shown up so far who she could play
Midnight.
other than Mount Lady.
Probably Midnight, but anyways. Okay, and now, yeah, I like Mount Lady. She works as Mount Lady. I had 2 for KAMUI Woods as well, before I forget.
Okay.
Matt Mercer and Ian Sinclair.
I can see Ian Sinclair, because he's a more distinguished and, I suppose, professional voice. Which is what KAMUI Woods is. Which he's like the seriouser of the heroes. He's not tough and rough. He's get the job done professionally well. He's like a salary man.
He is the most professioner.
Yes.
Professioner.
Fishner.
Oh my god.
You said
that wasn't
seriouser, and I was like, okay.
English is not my first language.
Clearly.
Oh wait, yes it is. Anyways, so who did end up playing KAMUI Woods was actually a person who I'm not familiar with, Aaron Roberts.
Oh my god, is that my boy?
You
Is
have
that
multiple boys.
You have a lot of them, actually.
No.
You do. You've got like a reverse harem going on over at Funimation, and
No.
they don't even know it.
No. That's because Noah isn't cool enough to watch Sarah for the end. And
Not until I lose a bet.
oh, honey, that's coming very quickly. No, if you've watched Sarah for the End, if I'm correct, Aaron Roberts plays Lacus, who's my favorite background character, because at one point he crashes a giant military-style jet craft carrier into a wall full of explosives, and then is like, I made boom boom!
Oh, he's the...
That is complete
Okay,
opposite of
he's
his role.
the purple hair nobody.
I really have to get back on this, Sarah. Jesus.
Guess you do, Amon, join
Every
me!
time I hear about this show, it just gets better and better.
Let's just focus on this show, shall we?
No, I'm on.
so-
I'm on. It's like a magical venture into, like, Attack on Titan if it didn't take itself seriously and was, like, 10 times drunker.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Anyway.
And a lot
Okay, so-
more gay.
In
And a
case
lot
you were
more
wondering,
gay.
who else is in the cast for the pre-established heroes so far in My Hero Academia?
Please tell us
like
more.
we said,
Please tell
Jamie
us.
Marchi is Mount Lady, Aaron Roberts is Mr. Wood, and there's a couple other ones as well who don't show up past episode 2. Backdraft, who is a fire hydrant person.
He
is
probably
played
gets
by
peed on by dogs a lot.
Chris Bryan.
Chris
We've also got a
Bryan?
character named... Yep.
Chris.
I-
Oh, is Backdraft Karasuma Sensei?
Is it?
I think it
That
might
looks like
be.
it.
Chris Ryan's the guy's name.
It's Karasuma.
Okay, yeah, he's played by Karasuma. I did notice that.
The Fun
wait,
Police.
That Karasuma. Well, there you go. And there's also a character named Death Arms, who is voiced by Chris George.
Chris George is known as directing one of the best broadcast dubs ever, Snow White with the Red Hair.
He's also known
yeah.
as the world's worst Eric Vale replacement.
Yeah, he's mostly known for doing ADR stuff, and he's got a couple of English credits
and
to
the
his name.
world's
Okay,
worst Eric Vale replacement.
If that's-
Okay, you're gonna have to.
I don't think
you're
he
gonna have
brought
to
that on his-
explain that one.
Okay,
Yeah, what-
so there's an episode of Snow White with the red hair and the broadcast of for season 2, where Eric Vale couldn't do the episode because he was sick.
Oh,
so
no.
Chris
So
George
funny.
stepped in to play Izana and sounded nothing like him. This is also the same broadcast dub where they thought Jason Lebrecht was a good replacement for Ian Sinclair.
It must be hard when you know you have to record a role, but they're just gonna re-record it in a month, so it doesn't matter. So it's like,
No one's ever going to see this.
it's like, do we bust our ass finding somebody who sounds similar, or do we just pick the guy who's already recording something anyways? You can't win either way.
Like maybe he'll be like a Steve Bloom situation where like he'll be a good actor regardless of the fact he's never acted before. Nope.
Okay,
Oh,
so
Okay, so
Christ.
we've got the
Yeah.
professional heroes that don't show up past episode 2.
Like we said, this show's a little weird in that the characters who actually matter don't really start showing up until episode 4 and 5
God,
when we
Haley
get
Joel
to
Osment
the
got
university
fat.
where people are learning to become superheroes. Like, don't you wish you could go to a school like that?
Yes,
Well, you can't.
it would make
so
me
suck
feel
it.
like I was sky high.
Oh.
Oh my god! I had forgotten that movie even existed. What is wrong with you, Megan?
I didn't. That's a Kurt Russell movie.
I love
I make a
that
point of
movie,
remembering all Kurt Russell movies, regardless of whether I've seen them.
Amon, do you wish you had Kurt Russell's mullet?
Only the Escape from New York mullet.
Of course. You know what would be a good miracle? Trying to breathe in sludge.
Wow, is your quirk segues?
Yes, my
I
quirk
wanted
is
All Might.
segues.
I
Yes.
want All Might segue from episode 3.
Why would you have a problem breathing in sludge? Why would you even bring that up?
Oh, because there is a character that may or may not be a villain made of sludge that may or may not be a central antagonist for the first couple of episodes that may or may not have a listed voice actor on this chart in front of me.
Wouldn't it be crazy if it did?
It would
know,
be
right?
crazy. It would
Well,
be
there you.
It would be crazy if the sludge villain may or may not be played by a character who has played other characters in the past.
Do you
I
have
feel
any
like I'm having some terror in my resonance.
I feel
You guys.
I feel like he is a bit of an android of sorts in his performance.
That was terrible, and I hope that the gangstas out there come and take you away.
Oh, fucking hell. It's Jeremy Inman.
Yes.
When you try your best, but you don't succeed.
Yeah, in the first couple episodes, we see our first villain, and it's a guy made entirely out of sentient sludge who, like, takes over people's body and suffocates them to death. And in this role, Jeremy did a very creepy job. They did something really interesting with his voice in post, where they, like, put this reverb effect on it, so he's already low-pitched, and then it's, like, even more menacing. Yeah, it's that. It's cartoonishly Skeletor evil sounding.
Meh.
Remember, it's not...
Meh, kid, you have a great quirk. Meh.
Remember...
Meh. He-Man. Meh.
You ever see the video where he did, the voice actor for Skeletor did I Am the Great Papyrus?
Yes.
No.
Everyone retweeted that.
Oh my god, Amon, I know what me and you were doing after this.
Yep.
Meh, I'm the great papyrus. Meh.
You guys are you're the terriblest people to work with. You know that? What am I paying you people for?
You don't pay
You're not
us.
paying me at all.
If you paid us,
and
we'd
you're
stay
gonna
on
even less
topic
of
more.
that. So
Yeah.
covering so far.
You know what I gotta
Do we have any gripes? Do we have any gripes with the people who have the established heroes and our sludge monster villain from the first couple of episodes?
Meh, I have no problems. Meh.
No, they're all good.
I've got no problems with any of them. Sludge Villain was very creepy. Jamie Marchi, Kamui Woods, they were pretty good.
I have a problem with Sludge Villain. He took my breath away.
Boo.
Tranquilizers!
Okay.
Boo this man!
Jeez, Noah, who are you? Our mother or something?
Andrew, you are trying to force this.
I don't.
Andrew,
I'm just gonna put a picture
Andrew,
of
you are trying to force this.
Hey, Andrew, your quirk isn't segues, it's forced segues. I'm sorry, son.
Oh, no.
You're gonna need to reapply with the main office.
Oh. Okay.
I've got medical proof that tells me that you're wrong.
Alright, tell you. Okay, so everyone, if you had any problems with the superheroes at the beginning of the show, we're not going to talk about that. We're moving on. So, next group, who we're trying to group this by relevant people. It's like it's like the 7 circles of hell, except it's the 7 circles of My Hero Academia voice acting.
Aren't there 9 circles of hell?
I cut 2 of them
There's
out for
9
budget
circles of
reasons.
hell, and circle number 7 is Noah continuously having to watch the Dramatical Murder OVA.
Oh my god!
In English,
I don't
on
Satan
repeat.
himself
I really
could not
don't.
have created that. So, anyways, on to the next group we've got. We have 3 people who we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about our main character's mother.
Inako!
INKO.
And then in the first couple of episodes, and for a couple of flashbacks, we have younger versions of our 2 main characters. We have a young Izuku and a young Bakugo. So basically we have young, green-haired kid who's high on life and is the source of that gif of the head-banging kid with the action figure in his hands.
The greatest GIF ever.
It's true.
Just like the Jurassic Park Melodica cover is the greatest YouTube video ever.
Okay, so let's start with Izuku's mom, who I really like the way they treated her because she's got this superpower of telekinesis, of moving stuff, and we see her when her son is young and she's like normal dimensions, and then she like used her power so much that she didn't exercise and she goes like gets really fat in the later episodes.
I'm not
think
sure
that was
where
the
you were
reason.
going with that.
I was trying to get us back on track here.
Okay.
So, did anyone have any guesses for who gets to play Izuku's mother?
I did. I figured it was Colleen directing, so I picked Colleen as the mommy.
And you know what, for a lower pitched maternal voice, especially for stuff like Holic, that would be good. Megan, did you have any guesses for Izuku's mom?
Your mom!
Okay, you're fired. Aman, did you have any guesses?
I did
You're
not.
not even paying me.
I did not.
You're still fired. Okay, that's alright. And I guessed Caitlin Glass. So, in the same reign of maternal voices who can sound like they've actually had a child or 2. That was my guess.
I could see that.
It turns out that both me and Andrew were brave and lost. A swing and a miss. It was not Colleen and it was not Caitlin. It was, in fact, I'm trying to make sure I pronounce her name right here because I keep mispronouncing the English names wrong here. All right, it was Jessica Kavanan. Am I pronouncing that right?
I'm not sure. Jessica Kavanaugh.
Kavanaugh? I don't know.
Kavanaugh?
Jessica Cabaneri of the Iron Fortress.
And she's had quite a few roles in the past 4 or 5 years at Funimation.
And they all seem to have something in common.
They're all moms.
They're all moms.
Yeah.
Plays a lot of moms.
Yeah,
Did she, tell me she plays Aaron's mom in Attack on Titan.
I believe so.
Yeah, she's Carla.
Oh my god,
Jaeger.
does she?
Yep.
Yes.
That's funny.
And she has a long shelf life in that show. She's also got lead roles in Codebreaker. She's also got lead roles in Carnival, which is everyone's favorite show ever.
Who did she play in Carnival?
Iva. Iva?
Oh my god! She's the one that beats the shit out of Aaron Dismuke in that show. I love Eva!
Wow.
No,
Okay.
Aaron
So that's what
Dismuke,
you
like,
think of.
okay, I'm not gonna lie. I love Aaron and Vic Mignogna, but god do they fucking suck in Carnival! Unless Aaron's screaming, then he's great.
Yeah, Aaron needs... Yeah.
Well, at
From what I've heard of the Carnival
at the
dub.
very least, this mother does not beat the shit out of her kid. In fact,
No, she only breaks his heart for like 8 years.
okay,
She only gives him 8 years of trauma.
okay.
Yeah.
I actually,
Do we have Jessica's performance in this one?
No, she's perfect and she's awesome.
Jessica's great.
Okay, fine. So we can establish that Jessica, as an actress, she's doing a really good job on this. This was good casting. It's not an overly familiar role like some of the higher-ups that we're going to hear, and it's a believable mother sound. So kudos on her. I don't think we've seen a mom quite like this in any other show or in a shonen series like this before, because usually the moms aren't all that present. Like, let's look at Ash's mom. What's her role in that show?
Look hot and tell her 10-year-old to run in the woods.
I've had this discussion with Andrew, about how and I'll probably get more to it when we talk about Izuku himself. About when I see Izuku's start being what it can be interpreted as. Thank you. Granted, you never see anything with Deku, but the fact that she was able to realize that she had made a mistake like that. And we know it hurts Deku. I don't think Deku ever said it to her face, because as a kid, you don't want to tell your parents that something they said that wasn't malicious. That's the thing, is Deku's mom was not being malicious.
She's being realistic.
She didn't know what to do. She basically has, in this society, what is a special needs child.
I never thought about it that way before, because for context for people, there are most of the population by this point in the show
it's an 80-20 split. It's an 80-20 split.
All because they have no external joints in their pinkies. That is
no,
the
because
only
they
reason.
do.
Because they don't have 2 joints in their pinkies. It's normal, non-special quirk people that have the regular 2
the other way
joints.
around, right, Andrew?
No, I think he might be right on that, actually. I think if you...
Yeah, I just rewatched the episode today. Yeah, because you, feel your toe right now. You have 2 joints in your pinky toe, and you don't have superpowers. It's the people who do have quirks who have only 1 joint in their pinky toe. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is that I never thought of it like a special needs being the 20% of the population who just don't have any superpowers.
We'll get into that when we talk about Izuku. Speaking of Izuku.
Yeah, let's bring this heavy subject matter to probably my least favorite part of this entire dub, and that would be the casting of young Izuku. So we're talking about kindergarten age.
As well as Punisher.
As well as... Yes. So, did anyone have any predictions for young Izuku and young Bakugo when they're kindergarten age and therefore both hadn't dropped yet?
Nope.
You did not. No, and no. Okay. I had one guess for young Izuku, and this was because I just had to take a guess on this one. I thought maybe, just possibly, we could get Joel McDonald to do a higher pitch voice. I did not want... this is what they did anyways, but I did not want a woman to voice the children in this one.
Why?
I kind of wanted... because, and I'll get to this with the people who they actually cast, I have a hard time believing when it's very obviously a woman pretending to be a young boy. Sometimes it works out good. I'm a big fan of Mona Marshall.
Boy,
or when Wendy
don't
Lee,
watch Hunter x Hunter.
Oh, is it really noticeable there too?
Some of them, maybe.
So yeah, I wanted... I wanted Jacuzzi to do his little boy voice for young Izuku.
Okay, Jacuzzi, that's where you were thinking. Okay.
So, and I was wrong, unfortunately. Turns out that Izuku is actually played by Laura Woodhull, and I just don't really like this performance.
I think it works.
I actually think it's really cute.
Yeah.
You think it's cute?
I think it's really cute.
It's cute. It's
Sorry.
squeaky. It's, for kid.
Yeah, it's squeaky. Okay, so the very first thing we hear, in the dub is high-pitched Laura pretending to be a little boy crying about, "Don't hit us or I'll hit you back." And I was like, "Oh my god, that's a terrible first foot to start off on."
It worked, honestly. She got the emotional... Here's the thing. As long as she got the emotional beat right, I'd be fine. She got the emotional beat right.
Now, I will admit, there were two halves of Izuku's character. The part that I didn't like that Laura wasn't doing very well was the scared, no superpowers, like very vulnerable parts. That part I didn't buy because it got way too high up in headspace and just sounded way too much like a woman pretending to be a little boy. I was okay though when we got to the fanboyism parts, but when we got to that gif of, "Oh my god, I want to take a look at the video, can I must have unit 10,000 hits," that I was okay with.
Okay.
I'm okay with Laura in a lot of other roles too. Like she's been in Cat Planet Cuties.
Clara.
She's been in A Certain Magical Index. She's been in Kami-sama Kiss 2, and actually the original Kami-sama Kiss.
And your favorite show, Pandora in the Crimson Shell.
Ah, that's right. I forgot about that one.
F-ports.
Shut up. She's got good roles in other shows, but this one I'm gonna say no. I don't like it one bit.
She's also
How about you guys?
She's also got a whole thing about playing jellyfishes.
Wouldn't you want to be a jellyfish?
She's the holographic jellyfish.
Jellyfish, get to my belly, jellyfish.
She's a holographic jellyfish in Psycho-Pass, which is funny considering who voices the other one.
Tell me it's Maxie Whitehead.
No. I'm talking about young Punisher himself.
Yes. So we've got a young fireball person himself, and when you give a kindergartner the ability to shoot fireballs out, you're gonna have a pretty messed up kid.
He's literally wearing a Punisher shirt.
Honey, why is the house on fire? Damn it, kid! Damn it, Timmy!
Burning down
Look,
the house.
look, I did nothing wrong. I just gave him more than 3 Oreos. Why did I tell you about giving him sugar? You literally will burn things down.
Silence is golden, unless you have children. Then it's fucking terrifying.
Alright, so we had no guesses for this one, but young Bakugo, and again, they got a woman to play, and this one I was okay with, was Kate Oxley.
You have the computer from Psycho-Pass, and then you have Akane Tsunemori. I'm not sure what else Kate Oxley's done. I know she's done other things. That's just the one.
She's done a lot of stuff. Aside from also Psycho-Pass, she's also been in Negima, she's been in Nabari
Who's she in
no
Negima?
Ai. She was Maki Sasaki.
Oh god, I haven't watched Negima in forever. I should watch Negima again.
I think this was the, was it the first season? No, she was in both series, okay. She was also in, she was in Holic as Ami Warashi.
Oh,
which
Ami
is the,
Warashi. I know who that is. I like that show.
the demon spirit.
She's Eruka from Soul Eater. She's Akimi from Bamboo Blade. She's Nanami from Dragonet. She is Ren Kama from Kenichi.
Oh, and she's the lead from Peach Girl.
Please stop reminding me that Peach Girl is a
all
thing.
of you need to see, which is the greatest drama of all time.
What the hell is Peach Girl?
You don't want to know.
It's amazing. Okay.
No, it's not. Go kill.
You know, like the bitchy high school attitude that everyone goes through. Okay, take that and like ramp it up to unbelievable dramatic levels.
Oh, good lord. Okay, I already hate it. Okay.
She's half the little boys in One Piece.
Yep.
And she's also I have to talk about the greatest role that she's may have played. She plays the not strong sister of Armstrong, the one that Havoc tries to take.
You're right, she does.
You mean she looks just like the Colonel? It's like,
no, she's
no. There's like 2 sisters that are muscle bound. Then there's General Olivier Armstrong. And then there's just the fourth one that's just like Moe Kyun.
Teehee!
Wait, was this in the original or
Yeah,
in Brotherhood?
In both. In
Okay,
both. She's in both though.
I don't remember I remember that episode, but I don't remember the girls and the. Anyways, that's not the point here. The point is that how do we feel about the way that our young kids being played by 30-year-old women are doing?
I like Bakugo's voice. He sounds like such a little asshole, and it's great.
Yeah.
It is.
Because Bakugo is a little privileged asshole.
Izuku's a sweetie.
He is.
Izuku's a sweetie and Bakugo's a turd.
Izuku's a good nerd, and Bakugo's a good.
Bakugo
Probably
is-
not the friend you had in middle school who you didn't realize was actually a terrible person. You know who I'm talking about.
Oh, I get it. I'm so great, everyone else must suck.
Exactly.
That is
Bakugo
I'm not being
is-
an ego. I'm not an ego.
Bakugo is literally is like privilege the character.
exactly.
He is privilege the character.
Which makes it so.
He got coddled too much that he basically grew up into an asshole.
Which makes it so wonderful in these the episodes we've seen so far, where his ego just starts to break down.
Exactly.
Oh, when we get to bigger Bakugo, I'll talk about how I feel about Bakugo.
Yeah.
Yes. Why don't we move this train along to get up there? Okay, so we're moving up the ladder. I swear, people. Now, in the school that My Hero Academia takes place in, because that academia wasn't just thrown in for shits and giggles, we
Yes,
have.
it was.
It sounds cool, I'll agree. But we also need to have instructors at this school where superheroes learn to be superheroes. So we've got 3 instructors, and we're going to knock them out. Well, we're not going to knock them out. We're going to see if we can figure out who was going to voice them.
I feel like
Let's
at
start
least
off
one of them can knock all of us out.
with just a kiss.
A kiss or a frickin' glare or shitty music.
All 3 of them would be fucked if any one of them came to us. All right, let's start with the least threatening of them all. Let's start with Present Mike, the DJ host.
I had 3 predictions.
Okay.
Okay. All right, who were? Go ahead and shoot them off.
Okay, my 3 predictions were Chris Bevins, Mike McFarland, or Vic Mignogna.
Okay, that's okay. You know what? I can see those.
I can especially see the Vic Mignogna part because it's a foppish character who never shuts up.
Okay, speaking of Vic, he is a background character for one line in episode 2 and just never shows up again.
Good.
Don't spoil it entirely, but okay.
He's a background character that has no name. How am I spoiling anything?
Anyway.
What? I hadn't. Yeah, okay.
Okay, but
I was a big fan of that one non-named
Dig your
character.
hole, Clue. Dig your hole.
I had Eric.
Dig a hole. Dig a hole.
Oh, dig it.
Speaking
Dig it.
Speaking of people
Andrew,
that
did you
never
have any
shut up,
guesses?
Eric Vale.
does not kill children or hit women, but he does dress fashionably and he does like lilac flavored cheese.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I'm worried
That
if
one's
he ever.
too obscure even for me. What?
Watch Lilac's Anime Boston.
Okay.
Just ask
Got
Lilac.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. That.
All right. Amon,
Okay,
did
so-
you have any for Mike?
Who did I have? I also thought maybe McFarland, if he was going to direct it, like this might have been a role he did. I think I might have also put down Eric Vale. He's in I put him in a couple of places here. I think I'm put down here too.
But we're talking about the hammy theatrical
Yeah.
actors are all getting that's what we thought, which is perfect for the role there. All right, and I had one guess as well, and for the first time in my entire life, I finally got one right.
Okay, before you do it,
Yeah.
can we at least do like we do with the other ones where we like do all 3 guesses and then reveal all 3 at once? 'Cause I have
Yeah,
like
we-
3
like we
guesses
should
for
do that.
Eraserhead.
Okay, that's fair enough. Okay, so keep in mind, those were our predictions for Present Mike. Keep that in mind, people. There will be a quiz later.
I didn't have any
Second
for
on the-
Recovery Girl.
You had
Yeah, I didn't
okay.
have anybody for Recovery Girl.
Okay, Recovery Girl, for those who are playing the home game, is the grandma with the magic healing kisses.
Oh wait, I lied. I did have one. Linda Young.
Okay, Noah, because you've seen Fairly Odd Parents. Come here and let Grandma pinch your cheeks. I hope she means the one on your face. I want
That's an
Chinks of
early-
Steel!
I hope you mean your face.
Please.
That is an early episode, dang.
That's like the second episode of the show.
It is, yeah, back when they had no idea how they were going to draw the characters.
And then I had I had 4 predictions for Eraserhead.
I had 3.
Wait, hold on, Amon, did you have any predictions for Recovery Girl?
I also thought Linda Young, but I don't know if Linda Young actually works anymore, so I had no idea if that was
I
even
don't
feasible.
know either. All I know is every time I think of her, my immediate thought is old granny lady.
Yeah, no, it's like,
Yeah,
I
would've
see
gone-
old granny lady, I think, what's your name for Yu Yu Hakusho every time. Every time.
I don't.
For some
yeah,
reason with Recovery Girl, I thought it was going to be the lady who was the grandma in Summer Wars.
I thought so too. That would have been my one guess, and I'll put a picture of whoever her name is here because I can't remember their name off the top of my head. But
You're not editing this.
Okay.
yeah, none of us got that right, by the way. Just again, keep that in mind off the top
Now
of your
let's
head.
get to the main dish.
Yes. So
Oh, Juichi Suwabe, you can talk to me any day.
my second biggest gripe with this.
Down,
show.
girl.
Okay. Eraserhead.
Okay, except for
No-
Juichi Suwabe is like a 40-year-old man, and I actually wouldn't let him have sex with me.
Megan, we are going to ship you off to Japan and never import you back. Just so you know. Okay.
It's okay, my people need me.
Oh, good lord.
Eraserhead is not the David Lynch movie that you thought we were coming for. Eraserhead is actually the unshaven homeroom teacher who has the also distinct possibility of taking people's powers away. He
also wants to be an Oscar Mayer wiener.
Oh yes, because he always is wrapped
Oh,
up
wish it was an Oscar
in.
Mayer wiener.
He's always wrapped up in this like sleeping
He's in a
bag.
sleeping bag, because fuck your school shit.
He gives zero fucks about the school curriculum.
My friend Dwell, who's like an actual teacher by trade, basically describes Eraserhead as what all teachers actually feel like inside.
But they all act like President Mike. They all have to act like All Might on the outside.
Okay.
I hadn't gotten that. All right, so Megan, you had 4 predictions for Eraserhead.
Yes.
Can I
My-
predict one of your predictions?
What?
Is one of them Marcus Stimmick?
Go fuck yourself.
He's in every episode. Somebody's
We gotta get
mention
our-
him. And if it makes you feel better, I also had Marcus Stimmick too.
No, it was worse. I actually thought it was him when I watched the episode. My other predictions were Brandon Potter, Matt Mercer, or Dave Trosco.
Interesting choices, actually.
The Brendan Potter one, I'm not so sure on because I've never heard a role of Brendan Potter where he doesn't sound kind of too happy for the role that Eraserhead is. Like even if he's playing like a
Nick
down
from
and out,
Gangsta. Nick from Gangsta.
I gave up on that show, so I didn't get very far. Actually,
Why
I
did
didn't
you
even
give
start
up
the
on
dub.
Gangsta? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Honestly,
Oh well, where do we
I
start?
feel like you
Because
saved-
I don't watch
Tony
I don't watch
but
anime.
nobody's talking about that here.
Honestly, you
I don't-
saved yourself a lot of disappointment. Before I say mine, let's get Amon. Amon, what do you think for Shoto Aizawa?
Well, I thought my first guess is I think it'd be great if Funimation could get Jack Nance to reprise his role as Eraserhead from David Lynch's 1997 avant-garde classic. But unfortunately, Jack Nance died in 1996, so I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yo, he would be
If
perfect
Yona
for
of the
role.
Dead happened, yes it will.
Have you seen Eraserhead in this show? The Dead would be perfect for him.
You're not wrong. He's a
Amon.
dead-looking man.
Amon, did you know that you are my hero?
I'm trying. I'm trying.
You are the wind beneath my wings.
So, down, Celine Dion, down. Andrew,
That
you had
wasn't even Celine Dion! What the fuck is wrong with you?
good lord.
It's
I
Bette
had
Midler, right?
all by myself stuck in my head
Are
today,
you
okay?
Okay. We're not letting this go.
Fine. But
Wings
even
Beneath
listen to
My
Celine-
Wings is not sung by Celine Dion, you piece of trash.
No,
That's Bette Midler, you ignorant
No,
fuck.
I am a Sarah McLachlan fan instead, okay? So all of your
Okay.
adult contemporary
Okay.
piano
Look here,
playing-
Noah, you're gonna end up in the arms of an angel pretty soon.
How
Okay.
how dare you besmirch the good name of Bette Midler by comparing her to Celine Dion? How dare you?
Look, Bette Midler's best
the
role was
fuck
in
out of
Oliver
this
and Company,
podcast.
and that's as good as it gets.
Okay.
Get the fuck out of this podcast, you
Okay.
piece of shit.
Okay,
Anyways.
we have derailed too far. I got 2 predictions for Eraserhead after
Go
Marcus
ahead.
Stimmick. Jason Lebrecht and Phil Parsons.
That's a wide range of people. And I'm going to throw one out there because I did have one prediction for it. I thought Travis Willingham would be the lower voiced, stoic voiced person to be Eraserhead.
He's too busy playing Critical Role.
What is with that? Like, all the voice actors in the world just decided, I'm going to quit voice acting and play D&D on Twitch for the rest of my life.
Because half live in fucking Texas. What else are they going to do?
Tip
That's
cows.
a good point. All right, so all right,
Tip
for all
more
you playing
cows.
the game at home, those were all our predictions for Present Mike, Recovery Girl, and Eraserhead. And almost all of them were wrong. So why don't we go ahead and tell the people at home who they actually are.
Eraserhead is Alex Organ, aka Give Her the Quindecum. I mean Decum. Present Mike is Sunny Straight, aka Koro Sensei, aka Give Me About 5 weeks and I'm gonna be a bawling mess of tears because of him.
Which I got that one right because, as I said in my notes, Sunny always gets the goofy roles. So I get 1 gold star for this podcast.
Recovery, who the hell? I don't remember who Recovery Girl is.
Recovery Girl is played by
Julie Erickson.
Julie Erickson. Yep, Julie Erickson. All right, so let me try to pull. Oh my God, you guys give me way too much to work with here. Sunny Straight, you all should know as President Mike. You should all know him. He's Lupin the Third. He's the guy who gets all of the silly, goofy roles and loves it very much. He's Koro Sensei, and no one else will ever be able to take that role away from him. He's Krillin from Dragon Ball Z. Again, his credits are just like Lupin the Third is like half the cast listing there. And of course, speaking of being in tears, Sunny Straight also plays May Hughes. Yeah. So, do we have any problems with Sunny Straight's portrayal of Present Mike, the over-the-top MC of this show?
No, it's
Every
exactly
time
what I
he
want out of
talks-
that character.
Every time he talks, he sounds like Barney the dinosaur.
Hey kids!
See, the gimmick in the Japanese was that half of his dialogue was in English.
It's true.
So, yeah, they couldn't really do anything about that. So they basically made his voice in the actual English, like someone who's got a dorky English accent. Does anyone have any qualms with Recovery Girl?
No, but I've actually looked up some of the stuff that she's done.
Okay.
She is Tamayo in Beck. She is Yoshi Suzuki in Birdie the Mighty. She is Miyako in Deadman Wonderland. She is Oba Basama in Fairy Tail. She is the Demon Hag in episode 1 of Kami-sama Kiss.
She plays a lot of older sounding characters.
She's Tae, Yano, and Shiki. But the one that we would all know her for is Winry's grandma Pinako in Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah, so when you think of cool older grandmas that are in any Funimation project, that's going to be in the top 10 somewhere.
She's also 76.
Wow.
And still voice acting.
But nothing has it on good old Rocky the Squirrel.
June Foray for life. So yeah, and her portrayal in this show, I like it because it's kind of goofy. It's a very goofy grandma sound, but that's what the show calls for because her superpower is I'm going to cure your sickness or your injuries with my old woman kisses.
Interesting thing about that. Her thing is that she doesn't automatically heal somebody. That's contrary to the belief. Her deal is that she increases basically the body's ability to heal. And by using that body's ability to heal, you use up stamina. So there's times where it's like he gets a lot better and then suddenly he gets really, really tired.
So as far as acting goes, do we have any qualms?
Nope.
Come on, give me something to work with here, people. I want you to pick the nits.
But I have no nits to pick. She was good.
But I have no nits to pick.
Okay, that's cool. All right, you know what? We'll save them for Eraserhead because I've got some qualms to qualm with this one. So, Alex Organ has been around for a while. He was Decum in Death Parade. He is the new Togusa in the most recent Ghost in the Shell project.
He's Makoshima in Psychopaths.
Makishima and Psychopaths. Yeah, that's like the big one.
He is also, if I'm correct, Zed O'Brien in Blood Blockade Battlefront, which is my favorite performance.
You
of
talking
his.
about not quite Abe Sapien from Hellboy?
Yes, not quite
Megan,
Sapien
does the
from
name-
Hellboy.
Does the name
His
Rene
long lost brother.
Does the name Rene Sim mean anything to you?
Yeah, because he's the one that's fucking Lacus.
Well, okay, I'll take your word for it. Again, never gonna watch that show.
Yes,
So,
you are. Come on, it's a good show.
I'm sure it is, and electricity is a good cure for cancer.
What?
Like electric shock, like, you know, people in the old days would like take
Noah, would you rather me show you the Dramatical Murder OVA again, or watch all of Seraph of the End?
Oh, good
You know
lord.
what? I would, of those, I think I would rather watch something like Diabolic Lovers.
Okay, Diabolic Lovers is funny because Monica Rial gets pushed off a ledge Mufasa style and set on fire.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it sounds like an entertainingly bad show, which, to
So
be fair,
is
the
Seraph
Dramatical
of the
Murder
End!
OVA, one of these days,
No,
we'll
when have I been wrong about an anime suggestion to you? Except for always.
That's a separate podcast, but speaking of being wrong,
Fuck you, Megan is always right.
Alex Organ's portrayal in Eraserhead here isn't gloomy enough. Like, okay, so the problem I had on my notes here for it is that Eraserhead is like doesn't give a shit about anything in the classroom. It's very no nonsense. And in the English, they gave him like more of a normal sounding voice. He doesn't sound like craggly enough in the throat, and he's not as tired sounding as his character model would be. So
To be fair,
to be
fair, have you ever seen a picture of Juichi Suabe? The man looks like Eraserhead 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
So you're saying that there was no way that any English actor was going to match the Japanese?
I would say, because Juichi, no offense, like, you know how people always complain, like, when Vic is in a show that he always sounds the same?
Well, yes. Which
I
we
can
know
watch
isn't true,
any.
but...
I can watch any anime and know when the hell Juichi Suabe shows up. That's how distinct his voice is to me. Like, he has, out of the entire cast of My Hero, like, that's Juichi Suabe. That, okay, he's doing this voice again. Okay, he's being the tired, kind of low voice, like...
Yeah.
Like,
I don't...
Even
I could
when
be
he's...
in,
Even when he's playing, like, a teenager, like a middle schooler, he still sounds like a 40-year-old man.
So basically, they just get him out of bed in the morning, toss him to the recording studio, and
You
make
should see
read
him
the lines.
dance on stage. It's kind of fantastic.
Yeah, I'm looking at what looks like a publicity photo, and he's looking pretty rough in this anyway. So, like, I can't imagine what he looks like in just day-to-day life.
I can't imagine what he looks like behind the microphone where no one is looking at him. Okay, so I'm assuming that none of you guys have a problem with Alex's portrayal.
I'm actually kind of... He's not my... He is... Surprisingly, though I'm a little bit kind of annoyed with certain typecasts in this show, I would actually say Eraserhead is my least favorite voice. He doesn't sound tired enough to me.
Yes.
I don't think you're wrong, but it also didn't bother me particularly. Like, I thought... I think it might have just been, like I should point out, when I got around to watching the dub, I not watched the sub for a little bit, so I wasn't, like, comparing the two in my mind too strongly. And I thought he sounded tired enough. But I wouldn't say necessarily like, oh no, this is fine and there's absolutely zero room for improvement. Like, I wouldn't necessarily argue that though.
Okay, and the problem that I have is it nothing to do with even the Japanese voices, because I could put that aside and watch this, look at that character model, and more importantly, look at as a contrast to All Might, who is this energetic, go hard, go
children.
home. Yeah, you have to contrast that. Eraserhead is supposed to be the diametric opposite of that.
So
and the way
basically,
that his voice is coming across,
you want him to sound much more tired and groggy than he actually is.
I want him to sound like a corpse that they actually did get out of the grave. Bring back the original Eraserhead.
Okay.
Go full Atlantis.
Well, Amon, we've got some grave robbing to do.
Oh boy.
Okay. I have no problems with Eraserhead. Well, I feel like he could sound more tired, but I still think it works regardless.
If it's not so much that's going to make us pull our hairs out, I guess we can move on. More specifically because we have to move on.
Oh my god.
Alright, so we've covered the teachers, we've covered parents and younger voices. Let us move on to finally the second course of, I was going to say the main dish, but like, no, this is like the main appetizer. No, we're moving on to the soup of the cast. the classmates. And we've got a fine roster of adolescent superheroes who are going to be described not by their names, but by their appearance or their costume or their superpower, because we all suck at remembering Japanese names.
Let's just do the dudes first that we've got.
All right.
You can do their names.
Yes.
Well, we will do the names, but okay. Let's start with Denki, aka Electricity Guy.
AKA Megan, Megan.
Okay.
You keep saying that, but it'd be the tsundere of the group, but he's...
No, Denki is me if I had superpowers, because I would basically fry my own brain.
Cool. Okay, so I'll get...
Any questions? I'm sorry, I'm just thinking of that PSA. This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Nope.
If you're a 12-year-old girl and you're high on marijuana, don't ride your bicycle.
Don't. Okay.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Oh my god.
Denki, does anyone have any guesses for Electricity Man himself? And no, you are not allowed to guess Crispin Freeman, because he already played an electricity character in Spectacular Spider-Man, and that was the worst casting choice ever.
Wow, that was out there.
I actually had a couple.
Okay.
I had my boy Rico Fajardo.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew, stop saying it like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing bingo. I'm playing Megan Dub Talk Bingo at home, and I'm almost done here.
Go fuck yourself.
Don't.
Is that one
if
of
it
the
makes you
cards
feel
of me
better,
telling you
if
to
it
go
makes
fuck
you feel
yourself?
better, I do the same thing to Hardy.
I also guessed Chris Burnett, and then the last one I guessed, I couldn't remember the character's name, so I'm actually going to look it up. Right now is Nick Haley. Nick Haley was my last choice.
From what production?
Andrew's gonna know this. I think Amon might know this, and Noah, you might know this, based off of one line this character has. In the end, pornography will save the world.
Oh, Assassination Classroom.
The pervert guy from Ass Class.
Yeah,
Got it. Okay. I forgot about that. I was like, who the hell's Nick Haley? It's like, okay, that makes more sense to me now. Okay, so
yeah, it's a big roster. Okay, did anyone else have any guesses for Electricity Man?
I also had 3 for Electricity Man. Joel McDonald, Todd Habercorn, and interestingly enough, Justin Briner.
It's a wide range of actors. I'm visualizing their voices like Todd, Justin. That's a wide range.
Denki is played by who again?
Denki is none of those people who we guessed. Denki is actually voiced by Kyle Phillips.
Okay.
Yes.
And if you don't know who Kyle Phillips is, he is the art kid in Assassination Classroom.
Yes, he is Sosuke Sagaya. And he's also in productions like, he's Genshiro in High School DxD. Trying to find ourselves is really well known here. Like, bit parts in a lot. He's also, like, half of his production credits are equal parts ADR engineering as much as they are voice acting.
He's also Arata in Prince of Stride. He's one of those 2 guards, Kai in Snow White with the red hair. He's Hakun from Show by Rock. He is Rowan from Guilty Crown. And then he's just a bunch of like little background characters.
Right. So, which makes sense for this role because Denki doesn't have much of a presence so far, like not even in the show that's aired so far. Not yet.
Next episode in the sub.
But for the sake of this so far, he's had like 2 lines of legitimate dialogue up to episode 6. And I barely remember it at all, so I can't really pass judgment on Kyle's performance on this one.
He exists, therefore he is.
Yes,
then
because
he is the best.
Yes.
I'm going to argue with you on that one, but that's for later. All the characters like get introduced like almost at the same time. Like you go from focusing mostly on Izuku to let's focus on a cast of like 10 or 15 classmates all at once. And Denki's just one of them. Did anyone else have any complaints?
Nope.
Okay, so he just exists. Right, about another one of the characters in the class who just kind of exists. How about Ijirio, who also happens to have the superpower of turning rock hard.
Red-haired bondage guy.
That's the one.
You're not wrong.
Red-haired bondage guy who a lot of my friends who are into My Hero Academia really ship him and Bakugo for some reason.
I can see it.
What?
I can see it.
They also, for some reason, ship Eraserhead and President Mike.
Well, yeah, because...
See, clearly they stand next to each other, therefore they want each other's penises.
I mean, it's either that or one of them gets hooked up with Recovery Girl, and nobody needs that.
Look, man, people are into grannies.
So, I wonder if Recovery Girl can make them get boners faster after they...
No! Stop it, Megan.
No, stop. We are getting off this train and never getting back on.
Okay.
Did anyone have any guesses for Hard Body Guy?
Of course
Yes.
we did. Megan, you go first.
Who the fuck do you think?
I've got my bingo card right here.
Micah?
No.
Austin?
Wait.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I had one other one. Guess who the other one
God
is?
damn it. Now we're guessing predictions. This is gonna be a long night.
No, wait, no,
You only have 5 choices. It's Wheel of Boy.
I forget who your other go-to guy prediction is. I know Austin Tyndall and the... Wait,
Taryoon!
is it Clifford?
Taryoon!
Rico! God damn it.
Taryoon!
Okay. So, for this one, I had Clifford Chapman and Orion Pitts.
I could definitely... Clifford I could see. Like, I didn't make a prediction, but if I were, it would definitely be in that circle of getting lots of roles, younger male actors who we've seen in a lot of recent Funimation productions. All of us are wrong here, and I don't think any of us would have guessed this even if we'd known that he was, still in the booth. So, Hard Body Guy is voiced by everyone's favorite hard rocker himself, Justin Cook.
This guy has been behind the scenes for so long that I'm kind of impressed to actually hear him doing a character.
And everyone is when he does. Like, when he was voicing characters in Show by Rock, for instance, we were all like, hey, that's awesome, he got into the booth again. Or, my favorite one is actually his role in Beck, Mongolian Chop Squad. It's the character's name that I cannot remember off the top of my head, but that's my favorite one he's done. So, yeah, Justin Cook's been in everything for the longest time. You probably recognize him better as the second person in the credits on any Funimation production that you've ever seen.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, it's Carly Hunter and Justin Cook were the producers.
Don't you?
Every single time.
Like, he's almost got his name on as many things as Gen Fukunawa at this point.
He does have, indeed, an impressive voice acting resume. Like I said, he was Chiba in Beck Mongolian Chop Squad. He's Kurt Click in Aquarion. He's Leon in the Danganronpa TV show. He's also... I forgot he was in Assassination Classroom. He's Akira Takaoka. Akira Takaoka in Assassination Classroom. He's been in a couple of productions that everyone loves. Fruits Basket as Hatsuhiro Soma. Now, as far as this show goes, though, was there anything that stood out about his performance as Hard Rock Man?
He was pretty hard.
He is a hard rock man. He is hard rocking.
Hardman hasn't done anything
Yeah,
yet, so...
I feel bad for some of these characters. Like, next week, we'd have something to say. Not this week. Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
Next week and, like, the week
Yeah,
after.
sorry, guys.
I feel
But
bad
I'm
for some of
sure
the
you'll
ones we're
all
missing.
do fine.
We still love you, Justin Cook. Keep being awesome.
Honestly,
Keep rocking.
I could see the voice working. I could see him doing that kind of character. I just need to hear more.
Let's finish up this list with the other favorite male character, Minoru, who is the weirdest looking character in the entire show.
Minetta!
Favorite in quotation air quotes.
He's got a grape head, and he's like wearing a diaper, and he's like 3 foot nothing, and he's a pervert.
He likes them titties.
Well, we all like them titties, but I forgot what his power even is. It's like rapid
Papa.
speed, isn't it?
No.
No.
His thing,
What?
Papa.
his power is literally sticky balls.
Yep.
We went from rock hard to sticky balls. We're just knocking all the low hanging fruit, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of
So
low hanging fruits, I had Todd Habercorn and Greg Aries.
The two dorkiest sounding characters or voice actors in all of Funimation.
I had Joel McDonald or John Luke Hester.
We're all picking male voices,
Oh,
which
God.
is terrible.
I mean, I get the impression he was young. He's just real short. Like, I mean, I
Yeah.
also picked Greg Ayres for that reason. It's like, you're not youthful. You're just tiny. Not that Greg Ayres is tiny, but his voice sounds like he'll come out of a tiny person. You get what I mean.
Greg Ayres either plays total badasses or total
Pretty
pussies.
much.
This place can go suck my dick.
Actually, I had one prediction, and because I assumed that it would be a young person, or it would be a woman voicing them, and I guessed Leah Clark. Because I figured the other higher-up Funimation voice actresses would be in the roles that are actually female. So I thought Leah Clark would go well with voicing someone who, again, I don't know why he exists, but he's there. But I was wrong. We were all wrong. Who is it actually?
Brina Palencia. The wise wolf. The Snow White with the red hair herself. Is Great Boy himself.
Brina is like the most charismatic actress that Funimation has right now, and I couldn't even begin to list all the things that she's done, including Seal Phantom High from Black Butler, or, like you said, Holo from Spice and Wolf, Snow White with the red hair, Priscilla from Claymore, she's
Toka
the new...
from
Tony
Tokyo
Chopper.
Ghoul and
Tony
Tokyo Ghoul Re.
Chopper.
Like I said, we could spend a whole podcast just listing character names that Brina's done before. This is the most un-Brina-ish role that I think I've ever seen her do.
She has a lisp.
Yeah, it's
I
weird.
like it though. Like, I legitimately like Mineta, the way Mineta sounds.
I can't say I dislike it. It fits, but then again, I don't really care for the character to begin with.
He gets some cool moment later on, but
Yeah, unfortunately, I feel like
okay.
No, you first.
Kinda gets a cool moment, but his whole shtick is that
He's a bitch, baby.
he's a bitch baby into bitch titties.
Yeah.
Oh god, did I just say that?
Yes, you did.
This is undignified for Juliet herself. Just saying. But yeah, but she did it well. Like, she pulled it off.
Yeah.
We're just really sorry that she's not doing better things.
I think
for
it's
the show.
hilarious.
It is funny in hindsight to watch it and go like, huh, that's Brina. not the most dignified, but oh well. Why don't we move on to someone who we actually care about? So everyone has a belly button, and everyone takes very good care of their belly button. However, none of you have anything on this guy because he actually shoots lasers out of his navel.
God damn.
We're talking.
Oh, I got this one right, by the way. This is one of the ones I got right.
Yuga Aoyama.
Yuga. So the foppish blonde-haired one who has the.
Does this game make me look Trefazensky?
Yes, I think he is part French actually. So I know Megan, you said you got it right. Andrew.
Yeah, I had two predictions, but I got my first one
I al-
right, but my second one
For
was
some
wrong.
reason, I only had one for this one. Jerry Jewell.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
I mean, he's not a redhead, but yeah.
Which is funny enough because he actually ends up voicing a mouse literally 2 minutes later.
I missed that part.
Am I a bear? Am I a mouse?
Did you have a guess, Amon?
I also guessed Jerry Joel. Yes.
Okay. All right.
I had two guesses, but one of them's right.
I had one guess, and I took the low-hanging fruit on this one. I was like, okay, blonde-haired, foppish, vanity-obsessed. Vic Derp Derp.
Jesus Christ.
I just took the low-hanging fruit on that one. It's like, why the fuck
Well, you're not wrong.
No, it would've, if this was 10 years ago, that's what he would have been casting. And who was your wrong prediction, Megan?
My wrong prediction in Lilac's gonna kill me. It was Josh Greeley.
But we're, of course, all of us except Megan are wrong, and Megan finally gets a gold star for this production.
I got 4 gold stars, by the way.
I think I got more. I think... Did anyone else get... Anyways. Okay, so who is actually voicing him?
Joel McDonald. And he was my first choice.
Joel McDonald.
Fucking Joel McDonald escaped from maternity leave.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie, you know what the best thing about Joel McDonald is?
Mm-hmm.
Him and Afia's relationship as director and co-director, because she would keep photoshopping him shit. She also photoshopped Austin Tyndall onto a body pillow once. It was
That's amazing.
So Joel McDonald is, of course, broke onto the scene with his groundbreaking, award-winning performance as Jacuzzi Splot, the
Yeah.
manliest character in all of Baccano.
You're right, by the way.
If you've seen the end of the show, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, you're totally right, by the way. I'm not arguing. That's yes.
Joel McDonald is also the lead character in Okami-san and Her Seven Companions, which is another Colleen Clinkenbeard directed show, in which her words was, "Have a giant pussy on your show? Better get Joel McDonald."
Yep. Which is going to make some of my predictions later on uncomfortable to say. But yes, Joel McDonald is either... Yeah, usually he's really good about pulling off like the likable, wimpy guy in a show.
Which is what he is right now.
I know he's also the director guy in Assassination Classroom. If you've watched the Civil War episode, he's the one that Karma puts up in the tree.
Koki
scout.
Mimura?
Mimura. Yeah, Mimura.
Okay.
Mimura and his sweet air guitar.
I haven't gotten to that one yet, because that one just came out yesterday, right?
Can I say something?
The dub of Civil War started yesterday.
Can I say something
Okay,
very
yeah, I'm gonna watch that
briefly?
after.
On the
Sure.
ever-updating My Hero Academia cast announcement blog post that Godswill does a very nice job keeping updated, every actor has, like, either a little brief passage or basically, like, a giant thing that would be what you put on any sort of resume ever. That would be pretty good credentials. And Joel McDonald's, this is all that they've got for Joel McDonald. Joel McDonald directs dubs. Sometimes he even acts in them. He will now act in this one. Try to act surprised.
Are they pranking him? What?
No,
My guess is that Joel McDonald is just actually, that's just how he
no.
looks.
All of these must have been like written and submitted by like the actors themselves. So I think
Yeah,
that's
I would
basically
assume
all
so.
he gave them, and it's just like, are you sure? Yes.
That is a self-deprecating, self-written bio if I ever heard one.
It's
I was about to say, there's no way that anyone would write that as not a joke. Speaking of doing great, how is he as the naval laser guy?
I love
That's
him.
fantastic.
He is a French ass Frenchman, and it's great.
He's perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, Eiffel Tower baguettes.
I mean, he's no J. Michael Tatum as France, but he pulled it off great for some character that I don't know what his role is going to be in the show, but I'm glad he's here to stay.
So far, he seems to be the comic relief that the pink girl interrupts all the time. So,
Okay. She has
Keep him
a
around.
name, you know.
yes, I know she has a name, but I don't remember what it is.
I know your waifu has a name. Now calm your titties.
Maybe we should talk about her a little bit. Do you think we guys can spare some time to talk about the pink girl who maybe has a name?
Andrew's waifu.
Mina Ashido.
Yes, the one who probably came from another
Andrew's
planet.
waifu.
I love her because she has the coolest design. Like, I love all the character designs of the show, but hers just looks really neat. She's got like the frizzy hair that like the main character has, but it's just pink. She's got those two little horn things. She's got the red pinkish eyes with like the black interior of the eyes. It looks a lot like she's like a pink Majin Buu girl or something. She's really cool. She's got like a very fun personality. She's got some great expressions. She's the coolest character that doesn't do so much right now, and I want her to do more because she looks super cool and she looks super cute. Mina's really cool, and I have 4 predictions for her because of fucking course I do.
Yeah. Well, okay, fine. Let's let the fanboy away over his.
I got 2.
She like
Also, B,
fuse acid or something.
literally in my prediction chart, because I could not remember her name, I wrote alien chick Andrew likes.
You know what?
I'm gonna put that in the credits from now on.
That's fine. Okay.
And you know what? Let me cross out the name on my own
Oh,
chart.
fuck you.
Alien girl that Andrew would like.
Okay,
to bone
fuck you guys, I'm just doing this right now.
all night
Christian McGuire, Afia Yu, Sarah Ragsdale, and Felicia Angeal.
Why would you pick any one of those people to voice your waifu?
I picked Felicia too. I also picked Janine Trudeau.
Any justification for why you picked those?
Because fuck you, that's
Christian
why.
McGuire and Sailor Ragsdale voice very like eccentric new up and coming characters and like a bunch of dubs and stuff that I like those characters for. Afia Yu sounds super cute. Felicia Angeal, I like a lot of the stuff she does, and she does good things. And I saw them like that. Also, I think it's probably had to do with like the personality of the character and also that she's pink. I gotta say right now, I'll say this before we say who the character is. This show is amazing and a work of fiction, like a work of genius that will be discussed for many years, because this is the one show where every girl is best girl.
Yes. We've had long, lengthy, midnight discussions about this.
Yes.
And I can't disagree with you.
You can't disagree with me, because there is an argument for any one of them. Whether you're really into like the cute invisible girl and like the fun jokes you can do about her being like completely nude but also wearing her outfit, or the whole punk girl, or the other characters that we will discuss, or Izuku's mom. Izuku's mom is a very cute lady, and I can totally see her being a best girl as well as Recovery Girl, as well as Mountain Lady. There's an argument for any of them being best girl, because all of them have really cool, great character designs, and I love the way Koei Horikoshi writes and designs these characters.
You people see why we brought Andrew on board, so we could feel a little more dignified.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
No, he's not.
Like,
just none of us had the, I didn't put that in my thesis statement, let me tell you.
Won't be the last one you hear tonight.
I'm sorry, Amon, I think I overskipped you. Did you have a guess for who Mina was voiced by?
I did not have. I just realized that after about episode 4, I got very flaky on making predictions. So sorry, Mina, I don't have one for you. You're very nice.
It's all right. That's fine. And I made
But
one
you're
prediction.
dorks.
Mina forgives you.
I got this. Mina does, and you know why? Because I got this one right, and her actress would actually forgive you because she's just that cool.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not any of Andrew's predictions, it's not Felicia, it's not any of those people. It is, of course, everyone's favorite crossdresser. Say it with me, everyone.
Mike McFarlane?
Shut up. Caitlin Glass, ladies and gentlemen.
Close enough.
Like Caitlin Glass. That's a good choice, actually. I didn't think of that. She voices characters I like, and she is like the best hype lady ever. She will hype up her things like better than like Funimation does most of the time.
She is going to single-handedly assure that we get the Garo film.
She
Come hell or high water.
She is a passionate lady.
I'm glad she is my favorite character, because that means she's probably already like pushed for all of the merchandise for her.
You're going.
My favorite thing ever is like when she goes to conventions, she'll buy like all this Prince of Stride stuff, and she's utter Love Life trash.
There's a lot of people that are Love Live trash.
I was gonna say
I'm Love
any one
Live
of
trash.
You people in your
I like
idol.
the game.
So, speaking of stuff that is best, Mina's performance by Caitlin comes as no surprise, because Caitlin is one of the best voice actresses that Funimation will ever have. She's been in everything as both a director and an actress. She is Haruhi in Oran. She is Miria in Bakano.
Cough, please.
Where do I even start on this cast list here?
She's Miho in Free.
She's
She
Rin in
is,
Bamboo Blade. She is Takane in Burst Angel. She's Erica in Gangsta. I forgot about that.
Winry! Fucking hell, why is nobody brought up Winry?
Fucking Winry.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. She is Chachimaru, and she is the girl with the glasses who's the manga artist in Negima.
What we're saying here is Caitlin Glass is in a lot of things, and a lot of them are good.
She's also the director of Garo. Please watch Garo. I want the movie.
Don't watch Garo. Break Megan's spirit, please. Don't watch Garo.
She does.
I hope you die in a fire.
I probably will.
Just like Leon's mom.
So as far as her performance in this show goes, is Caitlin bringing her A game to Pink Alien Chick?
Sure.
I'm trying to remember.
That's a legitimate question.
Does she talk a lot? I can't remember.
So far, up to episode 6, she's had a total of 3 lines of dialogue.
She gets a lot more dialogue in episode 8.
Yeah. Like, so far she said, like, that outfit is so cool, I think, when All Might shows up in his Silver Age costume. That's very much the extent of it. But you get a good feeling for her persona, even from that, because Caitlin's got a distinct, enthusiastic fangirl voice.
Yeah, like,
and I'm glad she brought it.
Like, a little bit she sounded fine, and it's like, I'm not going to sit here and say Caitlin Glass is probably going to turn a bad performance. It doesn't seem likely, so it'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
It is. And I have no idea how, because so far episode 9, I think, is... No, are we episode 10?
I think
in the
10
so
just
far?
Came out, yeah.
Okay, so I've only seen 9. But so far, all the students haven't had very much to do except for the top 4 students who we'll get to in a minute. But I am looking forward to Mina getting more stuff to do.
Yeah, I think once they get up to dubbing... I think maybe next week and also like 10, 11, like those episodes, you know, the ones that haven't come out yet, she'll talk more.
11's gonna be a fun test.
Yeah, pretty much. Like the season's basically gonna conclude with all the characters that haven't been able to talk very much getting large speaking roles, so it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's been a slow burn is the best way to describe this whole show. Speaking of slow burn, and we're going to the hottest character who has to show off her incredible cleavage in her superhero outfit, let's talk about Momo.
Momo and her momos.
Mm-hmm.
I actually got this right.
Okay, so one more gold star for Megan on this one. The Momo is... Yeah, you gotta help me out here. I know her character design. She's the black hair with the open...
Her power is to create anything that isn't alive, but she has to have reference and know its organic breakup, but she creates it from her body. So if I'm correct, the reason why her skin is so open is so that she can pull it out.
Okay, so it's not just because...
Am I right, Andrew?
Yeah, let's go with that, actually. That's about the way to put it.
Yay! I did a thing!
You did the good thing. Okay.
That's the one good thing Megan's done in her life. Way to go. You can't... I'm holding up the hands in the heart shape right now towards you. You can't see it right now.
You can't see it right now, but I'm tearing the heart apart, ripping it up, stamping on it, setting it on fire, just like Leon's mom, and then running over it with a fire truck, just like Celeste.
I feel really bad for whatever nursing home we both get stuck in.
Honestly, the raid...
As long as it has indoor plumbing, I'm pretty fine.
Indoor
because
plumbing
right now, currently, my dad is losing his.
So, Momo, any guesses?
Okay, so for Momo...
Momo and her momos.
I got one of them right, actually, I realized. So I guess I'll go...
Did you get Momo
I got
right?
Momo right.
Okay.
I got Momo right, too, but I had 2 other
As
predictions.
did
Amon, did you get Momo right?
I didn't have any Momo predictions, so no. I mean, I could. By
default, you got it
right. You didn't get it wrong, so by default, you technically got it right.
I could lie to your face and tell you what the actual answer and claim that I came up with it, but that would be cheating, so let's not.
Good man.
And cheating is
we
not
take
for
this
heroes.
Game very seriously.
We take this guessing game
cheating.
very seriously.
I took a guess on this one, and I got it wrong, but I understand why once I heard the actual voice. And I put down... I'm sorry, I'm going to get her name wrong, because I always get it wrong. Trina Nishimura. Trina Nishimura. I'm sorry, Trina.
Trina, not Tina, Trina.
Because especially with her role in School Rumble, playing the stoic and intelligent sounding character, that was what I thought Momo would be. And it is what we got, but it wasn't by Trina's voice.
Do you want to do your 2 predictions, Andrew? That aren't the right one?
Morgan Garrett and Dawn Bennett.
Funnily enough, I also had Morgan Garrett.
What's Morgan Garrett? What's she done?
She is Akira, my waifu motto. She is Hanley, boobs do not work that way from Empire of Corpses. She also whips out a flamethrower while traveling around with Ulysses S. Grant. That movie made no sense. Yes, Ulysses S. Grant, robot zombies, and flamethrowers. That's a thing that happened in that movie. And she's also the Meg, the class president from Assassination Classroom.
Okay. She's also Seraphine from Is This a Zombie?
A show that I probably will never ever watch, because I know the answer. And the answer is yes, it is a zombie. Now shoot it.
You're no fun.
Yona of the
Double
dead,
tap.
bitches.
You're no fun at all.
And my other prediction was actually Caitlin Glass.
I can see it.
Okay.
So who wants to say who it actually is?
Let's see, if it's not Trina and it's not any of the others, of course it
Colleen Clinkenbeard!
only be
Colleen
the director
Clinkenbeard.
herself.
You mean it's not Mike McFarlane? God damn it.
Megan,
Well, I'm out. Fuck this podcast.
Okay.
Goodbye, boys. I'll see you in hell.
My bingo sheet is just burned to the ground at this point. Thank you, Megan.
You're welcome.
So Colleen, we already ran over her credits being all of the best mothers ever, as well as being the lower voiced serious characters, which she brings to this role pretty well, because when you have a classroom full of goofballs who want to run around in colorful costumes and blow stuff up, you need at least
Unless
one.
you're Hardy, then you don't like this because, oh boy, it's basically Urza Scarlet. But showing, oh wait, no, Urza's got a armored bikini. Never mind.
I was gonna say,
don't know who you're talking
Urza
about.
showed plenty of skin. You needed.
I was gonna say, I do like Colleen because she's in a lot of other shows I like. Like she's niece in Bakano. She's Riza Hawkeye in Full Metal Alchemist. Actually, one of my favorite roles is her role in Garo.
Of course.
As Garo's a good show. Would you shut up?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I just got this gut check reaction that Megan liked it. I should probably avoid it.
You know what? I hate everything. Fuck this. Bye. Have a nice podcast.
I love that episode. Okay, so we have one last character from the cast of the classroom characters, and this is actually my favorite of the best girls. Don't know what that says about me. This is Suyu, Frog Girl herself.
You are not the only
I'm
one.
Sue.
Clearly, because
I
Know what?
don't know what's wrong with me.
I'll tell you what's wrong with you.
Noah-
She has the most porn of her.
I just enjoy her voice in general. She just has like one of the coolest like voices in the Japanese, and I just like her
Also, Sue,
type of voice.
Yeah,
She's just really cute too, so there's nothing wrong with that.
yeah. I was
She's
wondering.
also
about-
really. I like the fact that she's also like super smart.
Yeah, she's super smart, and she's like, yeah, you're full of shit.
I was wondering if her quirk was something that like she could ever turn off. Like she's just perpetually supposed to be a half human, half frog
No.
hybrid.
I like the fact that it doesn't, and that there are people who don't get to turn their quirks off in it. Like
Also, her.
Right, like Mina's another one.
Also, she's not the only one in her family.
Okay, so we wanted to know who is going to voice the frog on this one, and who'd we guess?
Did we all get it right?
No, I
I
got it
did
wrong
not.
actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I
Okay, I guess Brina Palencia, which of course isn't right because she's already voicing another character in the show.
Minetta.
Voicing the
That's
worst
hilarious.
part of the show, or at least the weakest part of the show.
Fair
So,
enough.
Yeah.
Why did my aunt buy me a Jessica Simpson roll? What the fuck?
Okay.
Who else? Could...
My guesses for Suyu, one was Michaela Krantz, and my other was Morgan Berry.
Interesting choices.
And you would have had them
Morgan
all...
Berry because she plays the frog in Shogun Rock.
I was trying to remember who played the frog from Soul Eater, and then I looked at it and was like,
Kate
she
Oxley.
hasn't really done that much outside.
It's Kate
I thought that
Oxley.
too.
Okay.
Okay, so
But then I thought, yeah.
Amon, if you have any laid out, because I'll shoot mine quickly.
I do not. Go ahead.
Okay, Sarah Wiedenheft, that's 1. Bryn April, that's 2. Jade Saxton, that's 3. All of them were close guesses, but my final one was the one I got right. May I say it?
Yes, you may.
Yes.
Who is voicing Suyu?
Miss...
Is it Mike McFarlane?
Damn it, it's not like McFarlane. Monica Rial. If you...
And if you don't know who Monica Rial is, you live under a rock. We're not going over this
Yeah,
again.
I'm only elite, as simple as that.
But yeah, and I am glad that she kept the frog accent. Like, is that even a thing? She kept that in her performance as well.
Get the weird little frog sounding thing in it. It's great.
And she loves Suyu too. She loves.
Clearly,
Suyu.
she's got good
Yeah.
taste in Best Girls, but there's a lot of good Best Girls in this show, Best Girl Academia.
Best girl is Toru Hagakure.
Can we just call the show Best Girl Academia?
Yes.
Easy
All
to-
of them are best girl. Even Ilya.
Yeah.
Who's Ilya?
Tenya. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh,
Ida.
Ida.
Ida. I thought his name was Ilya.
No, it's
I keep
Ida.
calling him Ilya.
No, it's Ida. It's Tenya
Oh,
Ida.
Ida.
Those are
Now,
eyes.
speaking of it, that would be a good segue onto Tenya Ida. So
By the way, if you all want to ask how we feel about Monica, it's Monica.
Yeah.
She does
Thumbs
Monica
up.
good. Suyu does good. Suyu's good. Monica's good. Let's speed over to Tenya Ida. Okay, let's talk about this one really fast because this guy goes really fast. Let's go really fast. Okay, let's go, guys.
Gotta go faster.
Oh my god.
Let's hop on over.
So he's a glasses guy who's also super serious and probably going to be a police officer when he grows up. And for some god knows what reason, he's got rockets coming out of his legs, like he's a member of
Because
Cyborg
fuck you, that's why?
009.
Because he
No,
goes
it can't
fast.
even be that. Well, I know he goes fast, but what kind of biological quirk says?
Question.
No,
Question.
it's a superhero comic. Don't think about it so hard. You'll hurt your brain.
Question. Does he have Mazda engines in his legs? Because he goes zoom zoom.
Oh boy.
He goes fast and he's got a stick. He's got a giant stick up his butt. Anyways, that works for you out.
Son, if that
We
stick
still
went any
like him.
farther up your ass, I would think you're a tree.
I'd actually be really surprised now if all of us didn't get this one right. So did anyone
I
get
got
this
it
one?
We all got it
wrong.
wrong
Okay.
because we.
I avoided the lowest hanging fruit on the tree.
I didn't.
I
Okay.
didn't.
I grabbed it and scored.
Okay, I'm glad
Okay,
you grabbed hold of Tenya Ida's giant stick tree. Okay, moving on. Aaron Dismuke, Austin Tyndall, Clifford Chapin.
My predictions for Tenya were Chris Bevins, Ian Sinclair, or fuck it, Anthony Bowling.
I
In all caps, literally it says in all caps, fuck it, Anthony Bowling.
Why not?
I guess the person we're going to talk about in a second. I also thought Derek Stephen Prince, this looked like someone he'd voice, but I believe he's LA based, so I didn't think he was going to show up here. But
I know he's
You
an
know
LA
what?
voice only because I've been rewatching Lucky Star on DVD because I'm cool like that, not you people watching it in the stream. And yeah, Derek Prince shows up in every episode as like 20 different characters.
So it's Digimon.
yeah, no, that's why. It's like I looked at him. It's like this guy looks like Ken and what's his name from Bleach. I think Derek Stephen Prince would be great here. Not
So that
likely.
means if
So
Bleach would have been a Funimation dub, would
Of course.
would the Quincy motherfucker be who it is?
Let's see.
Oh,
So
God.
it's a glasses character who's a lead in a Funimation role. Who could it
what
possibly
could it be?
Mike McFarland?
I can't believe we actually didn't guess.
I got it.
J. Michael.
I can't believe it's not Tatum.
So yes,
I can't believe it's not Tatum.
in
I can't.
every single production that Funimation has done, if there is a lead character with glasses, he will be voiced by J. Michael Tatum. It is not up for debate.
I'm literally just waiting for the Kuroko's dub because I know he's gonna be Midoriyama and nothing is gonna stop it because he's he literally is Tatum with basketball.
Tatum balls.
Wait, did Funimation pick that up?
Nope.
No, but they're going to eventually. I'm going to make them.
She will riot.
We are going to import a J. Michael Tatum just for this show.
Anyways, point is, J. Michael Tatum, he's got a stick up his butt, but he's a good character at heart who wants to do the right thing, and he goes really zoom zoom, bada bing, bada boom, and he's got some cool ass armor. I really like him. He does a good job. He does a good job. Regardless of it being typecast, yada yada yada, it fits for the character. It fits for my A game to go zing zang zoom.
That was like
You sound like Graham Spector, as if all of the air had been slowly deflated out of his ass.
Let me tell you a very sad story. This guy, he got rockets and he got cybernetics and he wants to be police officer one day, but he can't fly.
Look, buddy, there was a
because he
riot
don't know
going
how
on,
to
and he had to take the stands. He had to take the stands, you see? You see, he had to go up there. He had to go up with gravity and shit. He had to fly straight into the exit and tell everybody everything's gonna be Daijobu. You know what I'm fucking saying, chum?
It's like, damn the media, damn you publicity, damn you paparazzi.
Everything are you feeling Daijobu? Do you need to make me feel? Do I need to make you feel kimochi?
Bottom line, J. Michael Tatum usually does roles that are like very conniving characters. This is entirely the opposite of that. This is the Zenigata from Lupin the Third if he was in high school.
Pretty much.
I like watching this show after watching Assassination Classroom, where he is a vile piece of human-shaped
He's
trash
pretty.
who deserves to have a spear tentacle go straight through his junk.
Yep. But he's a
Go fuck yourself, Shiro.
He's a good guy here, and he's a cool guy, and I can dig it.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
diggy.
I can dig it. Yeah, even though I don't understand how his quirk works at all.
Dude.
His quirk works by there's actually a bunch of little hamsters in his legs running faster and faster on little tiny
I might be able
wheels.
to look that up for you, actually. Hang on.
His quirk works
No.
because it's a superhero comic.
Thank you.
His quirk works because fuck you, that's why.
I need to make that into a t-shirt. My Hero Academia, because fuck you.
Because fuck you, that's why.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground, and if you're still with us at this point, the code word in the comments section is strawberry shortcake. Just
is that the
secret
safe word?
So, we've got count them, 3 major people left to... No, I'm sorry, 4. I'm so sorry, I skipped one. 4 major people left to cover here, but we will do this because we are awesome. So...
Oh, look, Noah doesn't know how to count, and surprisingly, he's not from Florida.
And sadly, I actually do math for a living. The point...
Oh, those poor
Speaking
people.
of math, math leads to space. Space leads to space travel. Space travel leads to gravity. Gravity equals this little cutie right here. Ochako Uraraka.
Space
That
travel
was actually really good.
Space travel is the opposite of gravity.
Shut up, it worked.
Yes.
Her power also makes her retaste the rainbow.
Damn it.
Yes, because in episode 3, I think it is. No, episode 4. She decides that she's going to do the Gravity Falls thing and vomit rainbows.
Basically, she can make things float for a long period of time, but by making things float for a long period of time, she gets really, really nauseous.
I had 3 picks.
As did I.
Did you get one?
And 2 of them were on Wheel of Mom.
Oh.
I had Dawn Bennett, Felicia Angeal, or Michaela
I
Gray.
had Felicia Angeal as well. The other 2 I had Sarah Wiedenhef and Afia Yu.
And what about you, Amon?
I put Brina Palencia here, and what else?
I can see
And I think I also put Sarah Wiedenheft.
Oh, that's right. I forgot Amon suffered through Show Me Sample for
It's
our
a nice stub. Terrible show. It's a real shame.
I will never forget
Amon's like the nice little old man who's like, okay, kids, this is really nice, but can you please stop shitting on my lawn?
It's like, by all means, play with your dog, just somewhere else. Anywhere else.
Again. So, we've got, those 10 guesses in total for who was playing her, and every single one of them was admirable, but incorrect.
Andrew, who did you have?
I guessed already.
Oh, Noah, who did you have?
I got it right.
Did you?
This is like for my 4.
Are
okay,
you piece of shit? No, you didn't.
I did. I swear to God, I got this right, because here's the thing. You need the lead, quote-unquote, lead character in it. Looked at the character design, looked at the way they're acting in the show, and it's like, okay, nice girl, supportive, but with a little bit of spunk to her. Is this actress... Wait, is she still working for Funimation? I looked it up. She is. I hadn't guessed her yet in any of the productions. Okay, Lucy Christian.
That I really don't hear her any broadcast dubs. That's why this one actually came as a shock to me.
Now, see, it would have if this was like a quote-unquote normal broadcast dub, but this is one has been so heavily marketed and so hyped up that they're going to get the best of the best. And Lucy is the best of the best. Like, I don't think there's any debate about that.
She's Nagisa, she's a bunch of other characters. I just think, like...
She has been around since the ADV days. She's been in multiple studios. She's been in every role.
There's nothing more amazing to me than the fact that she's Nagisa Furukawa, who is like this most moe, like can't do shit by herself because she's sick all the time, heroin girl, to Medusa Gorgon, who is basically the single worst mom you can ever have.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, Ragyo Kiryu.
Okay, you know what? I stand corrected. She's pretty bad, though. She's up there.
She has a distinct timbre, which you can hear in her Nagisa voice, but it's also in a lot of productions. The thing is that in this role, she's also got a little bit of sassiness to her as well. And that comes from the original script. But it's not so moe, it's more like, I guess I'd say what a normal girl would act like in the situation.
Yeah, she's like spunky and full of a bunch of attitude, but she's also really cute and fun and stuff, and I really like her as a character. She's also another good best girl character. She's great.
Anyway, moving on.
This show brings out weird facets of fandom.
Speaking of terrible people.
Yes! We're in the top 3 now. Okay, we are finally going to talk about the 3 most important characters of the show, starting with the asshole who we all love.
Katsuki Bakugo, you piece of shit motherfucker.
I actually got this one right.
Now, to be fair, that's awesome. Now, to be fair, this guy is got really cool powers. He can blow stuff up with his hands. He can actually collect the sweat in his body and turns into nitroglycerin and make explosions even more explodition-y. But the problem is that he has grown up with that mentality of being alpha. God, stupid Tumblr.
Oh, what?
The point being, he was a real big fish in a real small pond for his whole life, and it's done things to him.
And it kind of fucks with his, like, personality, and it fucks with his ego. And, yeah, here's the thing, though. Let's just say this right now. Katsuki Bakugo is not Sasuke Uchiha.
But no, thank you.
He was actually designed to not be, like, if I'm correct, and Andrew can correct me, I believe the mangaka said he originally intended him to be, like, an accidental asshole, realized it was stupid, and just made him a dick.
I'll pull it up right now at this very interview.
Why beat around the bush?
While he's looking for that, I'll say this. I wish Bakugo would dislodge his head from his own hamster hole.
Hopefully he will if character development happens, which
I got it.
But here's the thing. Oh, Andrew found it.
From the author himself. At first, I made him a natural-born genius who would inadvertently insult people, but that got pretty boring. So I went the other route and turned him into a nasty guy with an explosive personality. I'm glad he came out so unlikable. His face just screams, I'm a rotten thief.
Here's my thing about Bakugo. And it's really weird that I'm gonna say this, especially compared to, if you follow me on Twitter as of June 8th, 2016, I went on a slight tear about how much I hate Akko from Netoge, or is it wrong? Is there never is a girl online? Because in that show, her horrible personality and horrible actions and horrible deeds are fixed as cutesy, we can fix her, aw, isn't that cute, coddling her and encouraging her to do horrible things. In this show, Bakugo is a terrible person. He, as of this point in the series, has very little redeeming qualities to him. He is violent. He basically takes advantage of other people's kindness because he basically was told he's special his whole life. He's privileged as fuck because of it, because everyone, like, for me, I think this is next week's episode, but by the time this recording comes out, it'll have been dubbed. If I'm correct, next week you have the episode where you see him get his quirk at the preschool.
Yeah.
And all the teachers are like, you're so cool, you're gonna grow up to be so great. Yeah. And look at that, that's such a flashy power, that's so great for a hero. And you just hear him, little Bakugo's mind clicks into, this makes me better than other people, and I can never be weak. Being weak means people are taking pity on me. Pity is for weakness. So that's a reason why I think he hates Deku, because Deku doesn't honestly help him out of being malicious. He does it because Deku does the right things naturally. And Bakugo has his head so far lodged so far up his asshole that I'm pretty sure he's starting to turn into an infinite loop of flesh.
And based on the opening, because if you watch the sequences in the opening for the show, there's probably going to be some terrible repercussions for that mentality later on in his life.
But at the same time, the fact that he's written as to be such an asshole is just a triumph for how good this writing is, because I still enjoy the character for how much of a horrible person
he's still fun for being angry and, like, headstrong. I'm gonna say something right now. I feel like Bakugo is the example of the stereotypical cliche bad shonen protagonist, because he is angry, headstrong, mostly think later, act first, and just violent and, like, very bitchy. If this show had Bakugo as the main character and, like, awarded him, and it didn't acknowledge that he was being kind of an asshole, this would be a much worse show.
A lot of the writing for Bakugo is kind of a lot of the reason why I like Tokyo Ghoul a lot, because to me Kaneki Ken is the antithesis of the I need to be the loner type character and stuff, and being the lone wolf and breaking off from the pack, and I'm gonna sacrifice myself to everybody type of mentality, and yet that gets rewarded because they always keep on getting powered up, and there's no real repercussions on their psyche and the people around him. Yet in that show, actions like that have huge wave effects that are still being felt and still affecting characters and psychologically damage them. And that's the thing too, is Bakugo is, I think, a little damaged himself, not only because he also has the frailest ego out of anybody in the class, despite being somebody who's always on top. And remember, he gets mad at Deku because he's not the only one from his school who goes to UA, because now Deku's there. But at the same time, I feel like a little bit of his anger towards Deku is justified, in that he feels like Deku lied to him his whole life, because there is something between them that hasn't 100% been explored yet.
This was a great character study, and I thought this was fascinating, but we really do need to get to predictions.
I think Andrew just wants me to get to the most fascinating one, which is me on what I think about Deku.
Oh, it's going to be me talking about that too, so don't worry. Okay.
Oh, great. I brought the whips out to keep everyone in line. So when we
Bryce Papenbrook and Austin Tyndall. That's who I got for Bakugo, which is why I think it's funny that you brought Tokyo Ghoul.
I mean, you were in the right ballpark for... okay, let's get the most popular male leads in every single thing.
I have 4 predictions for Bakugo, one of them being right.
Give us your 3.
I had 1 and got it wrong. Okay, why don't you go first, Amon?
I had 2, one of them being right. My other one was Mika Salazar.
Let me guess. Is Micah in your predictions too, Megan?
No, actually. I predicted Micah for one other character who we're not talking about, because we don't know who his voice actor will be, but if you've watched the show, you'll probably know who it is.
Okay,
could you be a little more vague? Just a little bit more.
He's hot and you're cold. He's yes, but you're no.
No.
Well, there you go.
Okay, look, let's be honest right now. This part's not going to be in the episode. Let's be honest. After this episode's done,
we all think he's gonna be we all think he's gonna be Todoroki.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
There's no one left.
Let's be honest, Megan. Like a week or 2 from now, we're gonna come back to this, and we're basically just gonna say who Todoroki is, record it, and be like, "Oh my God, yes, we called it," and that'll be it. And then we'll give that to whoever's editing.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
back on track.
Do you want to say your one wrong prediction, Noah?
I had only one wrong prediction because I only made one prediction, and it said exactly, Jerry Jewell, quote, "Let him go full ham."
My picks were Rico Fajardo, Justin Briner, actually.
Interesting.
Orion Pitts.
I can see that.
Funny story, Orion Pitts is how I kind of got this right.
Yep.
Say it with me, Amon.
Clifford
Chapin.
Yeah.
I'd like to think... I hope you're feeling better, Orion. But thank you for getting sick and letting Clifford be Ronsa for 3 weeks.
That's... Okay, yeah.
Clifford is like the go-to guy for young, charismatic, not even charismatic, but like young, energetic.
He does not play characters like Bakugo at all, by the way. He has been Hide in Tokyo Ghoul, Sugino in Assassination Classroom, Connie Springer in Attack on Titan and Attack on Titan Junior High, Mikhail from Gangsta. He has also been Yoon from Yona of the Dawn, as well as the poor motherfucker who had to direct Divine Gate.
It's true. Poor
We're
man.
Sorry. Okay.
It can only go up from there.
Okay, so who's got...
And he's doing a great job.
Who's got their thoughts? I'll get my thoughts out last.
I fucking
That's
love
great.
it.
I do too. I'll even throw a fucking in there. I fucking love it. Especially because in that first episode, I was having a little problem with some of the beginning voices going on. I had 0 problem with Clifford's performance from the very first line up to where we are right now.
I feel like one of the things that has been criticized by some certain vocal minorities that this is a dub that has relied on a little bit of typecasting, which is not wrong, but I don't think any of the typecasts in this are actually bad or like poor decisions. I think they work out, and some of them actually work out pretty good. But I'm really glad they let Clifford do Bakugo, because I think he's probably one of the strongest ones in this dub, save for one other.
Considering the fact that he has probably the second most dialogue of any of the characters in the show so far, because like the running theme has been, all of our predictions have been for characters who've had 3 lines or 5 lines so far. Yeah, it's not unfair to say that Clifford has been one of the strongest performances of the
He
cast.
plays a very good, explosive, tsundere, angry motherfucker, but he's not an evil Sasuke. And let's be honest, this will be Bakugo's yearbook quote. I'm an asshole, but not 100% a dick.
Yep.
And that's his character in a nutshell. Now, speaking of typecasting,
Oh my god.
I also got this
Yeah,
right.
me too.
Everyone,
everybody
okay, all right,
probably
guys,
got All Might,
alright.
but let's get everybody else first.
All Might is the guy on the poster with the huge muscles,
Oh.
the goofy grin,
Oh my.
and the
Oh my.
and the
Oh
antennas.
my goodness.
Yeah.
So, in case any one of you had the audacity to think that Funimation would experiment or try something new with this,
Okay,
I did.
come on.
I did.
Shame on you. I am tisking at all of you through the interwebs.
Do you kiss your mom with that
Okay,
mouth,
we're gonna have
Tisk
some-
boy?
okay.
So, who did we guess for All Might the superhero?
I had 3 guesses in total, 1 being right. My 2 ones that were wrong were David Wald or Chris Rager.
I could see David Wald,
okay.
actually. I had Patrick Seitz, and the other one was I got right.
I also had Patrick Seitz, and I'm very sad he's not here.
You thought this was All Might, Deku, but it was I!
No.
Dio!
Exactly.
No, man.
Hey, they both go.
Could you imagine him and Deku, instead of inheriting all for one for all,
He inherits the mask.
he gets the Worldo? Worldo as his
Megan, don't taunt me with things I can't have.
Okay. So.
This is gonna be so confusing.
So
People who have
long!
not seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. You're just confusing them.
Okay, let's just get this out of the way. I'm gonna have some things to say. You're gonna have some things to say. I'm probably gonna disagree with some of it. Let's just get this out of the way. Say it with.
Okay.
Do you, Andrew, do you have that picture of all these flavors you chose to be salty? Because that's about to describe how we're gonna
Okay,
get.
Let's be
All right.
honest. All these. Let's be honest. Okay, who's gonna say it?
Everyone on 3.
Three.
1, 2, 3.
Chris
Mike
Sabat.
McFarlane!
That's it. Megan, I am stripping all your.
I mean,
audio
Chris
out of
Sabat.
Okay.
Chris Sabat is the manliest man who ever manned a man, and of course, they had to pick him for this.
Are you
role.
telling me that Chris Sabat's more of a man than Kurt Russell?
Chris Sabat is more of a man than Captain Harlock, Chuck Norris, and Jesus put together. Anyways, the one that we're probably most familiar with, and this was referenced a little bit earlier in the episode, is Chris Sabat is the original Armstrong from Full Metal Alchemist, and his
There was a
legacy-
different
He was also the
Armstrong.
original
one-
50% of the entire Dragon Ball Z cast.
Yeah,
He was also Ayame Soma.
that's not. Well, oh, it's always thought it was a weird.
And
role.
Rom from Show by Rock.
Basically, any gruff, manly, hair on his chest, beer drinking man that you need, you get Chris Sabat to voice them.
Mm-hmm.
And if not, Patrick Seitz is waiting for
Pretty
you
much.
in the back.
Yes, Pat.
I didn't like it at first. I thought it was actually very lazy casting. I've honestly grown not to bother me. I honestly just kind of shut my brain off and don't really pay attention to it because I honestly don't particularly hate it, but I kind of feel like Eraserhead. I don't particularly hate it, but I also don't particularly like it.
I agree. The original Japanese I like better because it captured more of the full Atlantis persona, perhaps, and it was less.
Did you mean Atlas?
I'm losing words now.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, Atlantis.
Atlantis.
I want.
I'm going to lift this entire city under the
My-
sea out on my back and raise them to the sky. Fuck you, J. Michael Fox. Michael J. Fox.
My family is watching.
Fuck you,
Disney
Cree
movies
Summers.
out in the
We don't
living
need
room.
you. We
Hey,
can raise
don't-
Atlantis on
you
Chris
do
Sabat's
not-
back.
You do not diss Cree Summer. I will hunt you down. I'll probably hug you first, but you do not diss Cree Summer.
Alright, gentlemen and lady, let's get this going.
Alright, unleash the hound.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. Here's the thing.
What's wrong with all
I
this?
will say this. I
Oh, boy.
feel that the conversation of typecasting is a thing that can and should be discussed in the media industry in general. But I feel like they are in and of itself not bad choices and understandable choices for big dubs and all that. I'll say this though. the last time this happened was for a show called Dimension W, where Christopher Sabat played a character named Kyoma Mabuchi. I hated Kyoma Mabuchi, and I really actually thought that was probably Chris Sabat typecasting at its worst, because that was just kind of meh, boring.
Also a Colleen dub, by the way.
Yeah, but it's like, I didn't like that character, and that just seemed like maybe his performance got lost in all of the expositional bullshit that was the science fiction in that. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was that. But, typecasting aside, I will actually argue and say I think that All Might is probably Chris Sabat casting at some of its strongest as of late, actually, because like I really like the Armstrong sounding voice, because the Armstrong sounding voice is really charismatic and fun, and honestly it really works for All Might, and I'm okay with that. And I'll also argue that All Might's laugh done by Sabat is absolute perfection. And All say this about All Wimp, which is a nickname I really like, by the way. All Wimp, sometimes it goes into typical Sabat, which that irks me a little. Yeah. But there's parts in it where it actually really sounds very exhausted and tired and kind of like scratchy and like, you know, coughing up blood and all that. I think that actually works. It's not consistent all the time. Granted, All Wimp isn't always gonna sound tired. Sometimes he's just stationary, so if that's typical Chris Sabat voice, that's fine with me. But he does sound tired, and he does work that out in his voice. And I actually feel like there's a lot of effort and there's a lot of passion actually going into this character that I see and I feel from Sabat, that I feel more from a character like All Might in comparison to somebody like Kyoma.
There's a lot to work off here as opposed to Dimension W, which was a shit.
I didn't like Dimension W.
The Chris Sabat casting here works if they don't want to make too many risks. Because keep in mind, like we've been saying, they put a lot of money and publicity behind this. And I think I forgot to mention, actually, FUNimation has like exclusive rights to distribute this in North America. Like, not just the anime, but all other merchandise as well. So they wanted to make this as...
Except for the manga, that's Viz.
Sorry, except for the actual manga. But all other forms of merchandising, FUNimation has the rights to, which they never get. They only usually just get home video releases for the shows. So, if you're in charge of FUNimation and you want good investments back on this, are you going to A, take a risk on a character that may be more loosely interpretive and risk losing something in the translation, or 2, are you going to get Chris Sabat to voice the superhero?
Mike McFarland?
The answer is no. And you know, actually, Mike McFarland isn't in any of these roles, is he? Like he's.
We're just gonna call this episode "I Can't Believe It's Not Mike McFarland." That might as well be what it is right now.
Hey.
No, I'm sorry, I forgot he's one that nobody cares about yet. But he's not like higher ups. But anyways, all your criticisms of Chris Sabat, I'd say I like him better when he's actually in the non-superhero
All
mode.
Wimp.
I think he does better. The All Wimp
I
mode.
think that's fair, but I do feel his laugh as All Might is pretty good, and it works for me. I understand.
You know what I thought? I thought he was channeling for his All Might form. I didn't hear Armstrong. I heard the Crimson Chin from Fairly Odd Parents. Yes, we are
Crimson Chin.
2 Fairly Odd Parent references in this episode.
I agree. Like, it's the most obvious cast in the world. I think he's a little better as All Might than Yu-Gi-Oh! Is designed by Mike Mignola. But he never took me out of the role. And I think he might, like, I think he's solid, but I also agree, like, there could be potential room for improvement. And a part of me wonders how much of that is born out of the fact that they probably have to make these even faster than this was just like a regular home video release, because they need to pump it out week after week after week.
Which is, they've been doing very good about. Like, I haven't heard a bad episode in this batch of 6.
No, I don't think I have a bad episode, but a part of me wonders, like, if this is something where, like, you know, oh, we have the whole, like, 13 episode season and we can sort of, you know, dub it at our own pace. Some part of me wonders if maybe there'd be a little more finesse in it just because they don't have that week-to-week deadline to deal with all the time.
Well, it must be working for them because they've been continuously doing broadcast dubs for the past couple
Yeah, oh, definitely.
2 years now we've been doing that?
No, we're in year 1.5.
Yeah,
It feels like a lot longer, cramming so much content into it.
I know, right?
We're spoiled rotten. I remember back in my day, we used to watch 6th generation VHS tapes of terrible OVAs that were made.
Okay, old man Noah who yells at clouds. Let's talk about
Yeah.
that.
Let's go.
Okay, so fine, let's finish this off. And now, in case you've been curious or confused this episode, we've called him Deku because that is his nickname, but he is properly called Izuku. Last name I can't have. Izuku
Midoriya.
Midoriya.
Thank you. There's a reason I don't speak Japanese. And he is the green-haired, spiky-haired kid who inherits a quirk and is the...
He's more fluffy hair.
He's more
true.
fluffy.
He's not spiky.
Well, the whole template is kind of spiky, but anyways,
He's fluffy.
he is the kid who we're supposed to experience all of this action through as he learns to, as he says in the second episode, become the world's greatest superhero. So, how do you, as a Funimation casting director, cast that role to lead your entire show? Go.
I had 2 guesses, Chris Burnett or Josh
I
Greeley.
also had Josh Greeley. I also had Micah Solusad, and funny enough, this one's funny because this was what I remember a friend of mine thought the voice was from the original posted Funimation trailer. He thought the yell that he does in that trailer sounded like Greg Aries, to which I then proved it wrong because that's the same Japanese voice. I was wrong.
I remember.
I thought all of those would work for Deku. I was wrong, and honestly, I'm happily wrong.
I'm happy I am.
Aren't we all?
Greg Ayers, I love him to pieces, but yeah, this would not have been a good role for him.
I think there's only one person who must introduce this role.
Wait, Amon,
Is it me?
Amon, did you have a guess?
I also thought Greg Ayers or Josh Greeley might fit in, but I was wrong, and I don't care because I like what they got better. So,
And I guessed one. If I can throw one out there, of course, I had thought Jacuzzi. I thought Joel McDonald.
Okay.
But you know what?
I'm guessing I'm guessing Andrew says I have to introduce him
We're at the end of the.
because long story short about this guy, when he first started in another show, I was the only one who liked his performance. / gave him the benefit of the doubt and said this kid's gonna go far.
Well,
I was right in so many ways, and it has honestly been paid off in one of the greatest rises to leads ever. Izuku Deku Midoriya is played by Justin Briner, and he is the best fucking voice in the show.
no.
I will fight you.
No,
I
no,
will
no.
fucking fight
well,
you.
we can fight with our words, and then we'll fight with our
If you do
swords.
not know who Justin Briner is, he is Havia in Heavy Object. He is young Nicholas in Gangsta. He is Alfonso in Garo the Animation. He is also, he is one of the guys in Prince of Stride. I just don't remember which one. And the real reason that, of course, I know who Justin Briner is because he plays Mika and Seraph at the end. And he's
Yep.
a baby.
Okay.
You need help.
Also, like Cloud Strife from FF7 Mission Abridged, and possibly
And
Team
Teen
Gohan
Gohan.
in future episodes of Team 4 Star Abridged, or JBZ Abridged. Okay, so who wants to go first? Because I'm going to talk a lot about Deku's character.
Well, how about this? Can we have a conversation instead of just monologuing? Because that's what the podcast is supposed to be about.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
How are you wrong about his voice, Noah?
Well, there are two halves to Deku's character, and I really like one half of it that Justin brings. The part of it I really like is his vulnerable, learning the ropes of the superhero-ness to it. Like whenever he screams or has to cry or show vulnerability to it, Justin pulls that off really well. I believe that this is a human being who is in way over his head with the passion to be a really great hero. But that works really well because his voice goes up into the higher octaves, like a middle school boy is supposed to be. Keep in mind, they're just getting out of middle school at this age. I do not like it so much when he goes into the lower register for monologuing or dialogue pieces or...
Oh, you were gonna hate
You
the
kn-
Seraph.
you know-
'cause that's the voice register
know-
he uses.
I'll give him credit. I'll give Noah credit. I kind of agree. I wasn't as big a fan as stuff as like his Monato like dramatic roles. I feel that's a little bit
stiff, but that's honestly why I think I like Izuku more, because he's pretty much his most dynamic, like, acting, his drama, his more comedic, abridged stuff is all in there, and is like the crying, the yelling, it's all there, and it really works for me.
I actually like all of Justin's Deku, but I would agree that I am more of a fan of the way that he screams and he whimpers and he's
His
kind
comedic
of voice.
timing is why I stuck with Heavy Object, I'll be honest.
There's a part of Justin's acting that I love, and it's the ability that he has to bring a childlike vulnerability out in a lot of his characters. Honestly, even though it's a deeper registered voice at that point in time, I do commend that you go watch the really gay Seraph episode. And Andrew has seen the really gay Seraph episode, hasn't he?
It's pretty gay.
But it's really fucking gay. He'll understand what I mean, where he can bring a childlike sense to the character, because I think I talk about it in the Noragami Seraph Attack on Titan Junior High moment, where in the Japanese there was a very more mature moment to this. When Justin plays it, he sounded like a scared little kid, happy yet upset that someone's trying to take his best friend away again. I think that he brings out that Deku is incredible. He's very much the antithesis to Bakugo, where Bakugo is impulsive. Deku is also impulsive at times, but he's also incredibly smart and planative, as seen by the beginning of the training exercise where he catches Bakugo punching him.
But you had to compensate for not having any superpowers by just being really smart about fighting instead of just really strong.
Okay. Can I go?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna talk about why I think Izuku Midoriya is the culmination of everything you would ever want in a shonen protagonist ever.
Because he's so fluffy.
Okay. He's got the cuteness, the charmingness, this precious cinnamon precious cinnamon roll.
He's a precious cinnamon bun too good for this earth.
But he's wimpy and all that. But he's also he's not a dumbass. He's not weak. He's smart. He's courageous. He boldly goes where everybody won't stop moving, that he moves ahead to save when everybody else doesn't believe in him. He is emotional, but he is also very strong. This is a character that I feel like, even though he's wimpy and he's scared and all that, he doesn't not believe in himself. He believes in who he can be, and he will work for it. This kid works harder than everybody else has to for him to get where he does. And because you see the process, the struggle, the agony, the journey, the pain, the joy, all of that together into what he does, and not only that, the fact that he's smart and doesn't go headstrong, and that he thinks and he strategizes and he does all that shit, is why when this kid eventually becomes the OP shonen character that he's destined to be, I won't be mad, because you know how the journey started, and the journey started with his struggle and his journey, and I love that.
I can piggyback off that in the sense that I didn't want to interrupt that because it was beautifully described. And I remember Andrew and I had this, a couple of us kind of had this conversation in the, in I guess our Twitter direct messages.
I think it's fascinating, the thing you brought up. I agree. I want you to go.
Which was that, for me, there is something to Deku that represents, something more. And I believe Arcada had it in his, reaction. I believe he kind of called it akin to racism. And I wasn't going to go that far, but I was going to say that it does, I believe the term is ableism.
Yeah.
I think it's ableism, is that there's something to Deku that the fact that he's described as...
He's basically the odd man out.
Dysfunctional.
The odd man out, basically. Disability.
But there's so many ways that they pin it to him. They pin it to him with science. The doctor being like, your son's never gonna have a quirk.
Like, that was so sad in the dub, too, how the doctor just point blank says, yeah, just give it up, kid. Like, it's supposed to be played for comedy, but it's so sad.
But it's honestly heartbreaking, and it's if you think about it, and I don't want to say this character is this, because I'm not one of those people who headcanons around, oh, this character did this action, they must be gay. Though I do it sometimes.
Sometimes.
But honestly, I honestly think that Deku could be a stand-in for people with mental illness. People who have potentially autism or Asperger's. Because you have they're a small minority of people who get science thrown at them that they're broken and yet Deku doesn't need to be fixed. Deku doesn't suffer from not having a quirk. He's so convicted into what he's doing, and something tells me, even if All Might didn't find him, that he still would have done what he's doing.
Yeah, I totally agree. If I was the one writing this, I probably would have made that the story. I would have said, like, overcoming an almost racist mentality against people who don't have superpowers and becoming a superhero.
And here's the thing, though. I like the fact that even when Deku does get, I want to say it's one for all.
This was called What's One for All, because it increases in power the more it's transferred from person to person.
I like the fact that when he gets One for All, that he automatically doesn't get to control it, that it hurts him. Yeah. And it's this idea that even though you're putting a band-aid on the problem, your problems aren't going to go away, especially if you are somebody who does suffer from, well, not suffer, lives with those types of conditions. Mm-hmm. I think there is such a powerful message behind how Deku's written that makes the show, a lot of people are like, I've cried in almost every episode. I outright bawled when his mom says I'm sorry to him. Like, that hit harder than home for anything in this show. And that's why I think Deku is such a wonderful character, and I'm so happy that an actor I adore plays him. I mean, come on, we're not gonna lie, I love Justin Briner.
He does a good job,
so
I'm not gonna deny that.
He does a damn good job, and I think that I want to know the writing process behind this, of how they write Deku, because I do know in other shows they have theory-crafted certain characters having this thing. I will say, if you've never seen the anime Terror in Resonance, Chris Bevins actually wrote 9 as if 9 had Asperger's.
Really?
That is an actual thing. He wrote 9 as if 9 had Asperger's.
What is that?
Because 9, to him, to the directing team and the writing team, 9 felt like people they knew with it, and they interpreted that for the writing of that character and how he performed that character. I like the fact that you can have these shows where you have characters who have traumas and they have things happen to them, but it doesn't make them bad people. Unlike Akko from fucking Neto J. But they can still be courageous and they can be heroes, and that's why I honestly am very happy Andrew never shut the fuck up about this show and made me watch it.
There it is. There it is. Okay.
Justification.
Also,
you have been validated.
Well, I'm glad this one took off, at least, because this guy is a great writer and he deserves it. And honestly, this show makes me feel hope. That's what the show makes me feel like. That's what the series in general. This is the most, unabashed, you can do it, gambakte, believe in me that believes in you kind of thing I haven't seen in a long-ass time. And in a day and age where I've been having a lot of trouble with a lot of things and a lot of shit going on in the world, this show, even with comics in general and superheroes in general, when I thought I was done with that, when I thought I was sick of this show reminds me why I love that. This show reminds me of the good and, the pure, and it's a good show with good characters. I love this stuff. It's so
fulfilling is what it sounds like.
A level of which I love the character design. I love the characters. I love the look of the world. I love the feel of the world. This is a world I actually, unironically, would love to live in, and that's great. All the themes, all the characters, the allegory of racism or ableism or disability and all that with Izuku's character makes him a perfect audience insertion for anybody in struggle that you want him to succeed, and everybody wants him to succeed, so when he does, it's a triumph. And this show makes you feel that All Might believes in the heart of this kid as a hero instead of just somebody that isn't like cut out for this. He believes in him, and by that I feel like All Might, the hero of the people, the number one, believes in me as a person, and that is why I feel this show is actually, unironically, worth all of the hype that Funimation has been giving it to it. And thank you to all of the actors and writers and people that have been dubbing this show, giving an audiences a chance to see it, because this is a show that needs to be seen.
And thank God Funimation put it out where we can see it.
Alright.
So,
I would say, I guess in my final thoughts, because I'll probably be as long-winded as Andrew, and then you and Amon can just be really quick about it if you choose to.
I don't think we're allowed. Actually, me and Amon have been delegated to the side here. You guys, go.
I'm sorry, Amon. I owe you one.
I will give you like whatever the fuck you need in the future.
Amon, next year your first drink at AB is on me. I promise.
Well,
we have it on recording.
Don't.
Noah can go fuck himself.
You're beautiful. This is great. Just keep going. Keep going.
Megan, you were being
I'm
so
kidding,
nice
Noah.
there. Seriously, did you have to go there?
For me, I think what all of Andrew has said is true. And for me, he literally pulled a me with Tokyo Ghoul, where he would not shut the fuck up about it. But he's right. But he's actually right. I love series like this, and this is why I'm passionate about shows like Tokyo Ghoul, like Your Lie in April, like Noragami is another personal favorite manga of mine because of things it does there. Even for as balls stupid as Seraph is, at least it tries. He tries so hard in this institution. And he prays. Oh my god, does he pray? Meh. Pray to save the day for revolution. There is something so earnest about this series, too. And there's something with such a good heart to it that I wish the mangaka for this series more happiness and more success than anything. Except for Sue Ishida, who needs a hug, and please appreciate that man and what he does, because he thinks he is absolute shit for some reason. There is something so beautiful about this show, and so wonderful. And I have a friend of mine named Murr, and he is terribly afraid that when the anime ends, the hype for this show is going to disappear. He's afraid it's just going to get swept under the rug, and no one's going to remember My Hero Academia. I hope his fear is not a truth. This is a show that should be watched by people. Not only our age, because I'm going to assume a lot of us are all around the same age, but kids who are in high school. Especially kids who are in high school, who are bullied. Or who are, like we've mentioned, Deku could be a stand-in for racism, ableism. For people who are in that situation, to know that you too can be a hero. Whether it be by someone investing their time in you, or you investing your time in another person. Like, how, as much of a dick as Bakugo is to him, Deku still respects him. And that speaks volumes about a series for me, where a character who is so vile and so horrible can be respected, admired, and looked up to as a goal to overcome, despite the way he is treated by him. And if that's not a testament to how fucking well written this show is, then you do not know what good writing is and need to be slapped upon the head by every volume of this manga out. And thrown a boot to the head for good measure. And another for Jenny and the Wimp.
I think we've reached the 12-page thesis requirement for this graduate class. Good job, everyone.
This was a good class.
Grades will be
Graduates don't write 12 pages. That's undergrad shit,
This
you
is
wimp.
true.
Grades will be sent out to everyone once we have dissected all of this, pinpointed it, and gone
I
through it
think
with a
Andrew
red
gets an
marker.
A. I think Andrew gets an A+.
Well, he needs to cite
Because-
some more sources, but other than that...
You know what, Andrew? For as much shit as we give you, as many times as I've wanted to choke you, or throw you into the Hudson, you're a good kid, and you're very smart, and thank you for making me watch this.
Oh god, that feels so...
Aww.
That's so heartwarming, Jesus. I can't take this.
Are you gonna cry? Are you gonna cry like a bitch?
You wish.
And Noah, I'm sorry I told you to go fuck yourself at least 5 different times. The only one that counts is for you not knowing who the fuck sings the
There
wind
will
beneath
be
my
more
wings.
times where you'll say what the fuck at him in the future. Now, Teacher Noah, sign us out.
Everyone, thank you so much for joining in on this. I don't have any words well, I do have words to add on top of this, but I don't dare add them to this conversation. I'll make a separate video of my own about why My Hero Academia is very good, and you should watch it. Kudos to the directors for the dub that's coming out. It's very high quality, especially for something that's coming out on a weekly basis, mind you. Whoever the madman was who decided broadcast doesn't need to be a thing. Kudos to you.
Lilac, we are so sorry. When I meant challenge accepted, I didn't mean we were actually going to get there.
Yeah,
I have to get up early for a
uncut
convention.
one.
Fuck my life.
I have to go to
The
work.
uncut footage of this is over 3 hours. I don't know how long it's going to be in the end, but alright, here's how we're going to end this off, okay? Of course, as we always do, we need to let everyone go around, say their farewells, and of course, promote anything they would like to. Amon, because you...
Alright, guys,
Amon,
put your
Amon
shows out on
goes-
the street like Ghost Pimp does, Alex.
Amon, you are the one who deserves to go first because you've been waylaid here and need to be on a golden pedestal for your patience.
It's fine.
I love you, Amon.
This is Amon signing off. You can find me at Amonduul US on Twitter. You can find my blog at worldthat'scoming.blogspot.com. If you've stayed this long, the super secret comments password is Dr. Midnight. Midnight spelt with a hyphen. Good night.
My
Andrew.
name's ClassySpartan. You can find me at MangaMan9000 on Twitter. I've been doing a thing called 3 Victims Watch. I'm not sure when the next episode's out, but that's all I have to promote. Thank you for letting me talk this long. Holy shit.
I am Megan, aka Queen Era 2 on Twitter. You can also follow me on the channel Anime America Podcast, where I, along with 3 other people, Robin, Shannon, and Ellie, do reviews, mostly Robin, top 10 lists, mostly Robin, as well as I run our Facebook page. You can also read my writing as of this season, as well as Andrew's, at Infinite Rainy Day, as I cover Flying Witch 100 and Wagamama High Spec. And you can obviously, of course, listen to me ramble here like a fucking moron every time Lilac thinks it's okay to let me out of the cage.
Alright, well, we go shoo the people back into their cages here. Thank you, one and
It's
all.
always Mike McFarlane, by the way.
One and all for coming here. We have had an extraordinary time, and we will surely need quite a bit of therapy to get out over this. If you would like to watch this fantastic show called My Hero Academia, it is available in 2 locations, streaming legally online. You can watch it for free in sub on FUNimation.com, where you do not need a premium pass to watch it. However, there is a couple weeks delay for the newest episodes if you are not a premium member. And if you are a premium member, though, you also get to watch the broadcast dub with new episodes airing every Wednesday night on the Double Talk block, and also showing on the Funimation app, which you should totally get on your phone so that you have an excuse to watch even more anime in your free time. And also, if you are so inclined, you can also watch this on Hulu in North America. As I understand, they're airing the subbed episodes of My Hero Academia, just in case Funimation does not work out for you. And I am, of course, NoahClue, and at NoahClue on Twitter, and on YouTube at, not even at, it's Journey Traveler on YouTube, where you can find all assortments of discussions and videos about Western animation, because I don't really watch a whole lot of anime.
He lies.
Okay.
My shelf. All right. So, thank you all for coming. We are going to go have some drinks. You guys up for drinks at the bar?
I need a nap.
That too.
Bye-bye. Wait, hang on. Let's all
Wait a second.
not
That's
how
not how
you
you end a
end
My
this.
This
Hero
is true.
episode.
This is not how you end
say
it.
this the proper way. Count us out, Noah.
1, 2, 3.
Plus Ultra.
Ultra.